Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my little campaign series that I'm doing to get my nerdy Halo fan butt ready for. Oh, this happened again. Where? That's the second time in this series that's happened. Man, YouTube Studio just doesn't like me. And that scared the hell out of me. But anyway, we're getting ready for Halo Infinite here, and I want to welcome everybody who's new to the series, and I want to say welcome back to the people who have seen me hear myself in my intros before. But for those of you who haven't been here, here's the quick rundown. So this series is all about me grabbing some friends and playing the Halo campaigns in story order in order to get ready for Halo Infinite. And every time I do a new game in the Halo series, I find a friend who I've met through Halo, and I bring them along for the ride. And we play campaign, we experience the story together, we have some good friendship time, and we talk about how excited we are for Infinite. So I looked through all the guests I've had so far, and one thing I noticed was that I didn't have any representation from one of the coolest communities within sub communities within the Halo community, and that community is the speed running community. Some of my favorite Halo streams to watch are Halo streams of speedrunners. Speedrunners are insanely good at what they do, and it just puts me in shock and awe every time to see what they can do. So for this episode and the following episode, if you're live, the following episode will be tomorrow. But if you're watching this as a video, following episodes whenever you want it to be, man. The world's your oyster. So for the Halo 5 segment of this series, we're going to have the one and only ProAceJoker be joining us, the speed running legend himself. And yeah, he's one of my many Halo friends that I've met through the games, and every time I go watch him break a Halo game in his stream, it's like the sickest thing. I watch him do the same trick over and over again. My mind is blown the same way every time. It's crazy. So yeah, with that being said, I'd like to welcome ProAceJoker to the series, and then this is where, if I was like high quality, I would like have an applause track playing. I also think that he is streaming, so I don't know if he's muted on purpose or not. So I'm just gonna keep filling dead air until.
No, I was here. I was waiting for you to kill, waiting for a air gap there. I was gonna fill in, but yeah.
All right, I was just I get uncomfortable with the silence, especially in these formats. So I was just filling dead space. ProAceJoker, what's up, man? Are you gonna show me?
Hello.
Are you gonna show me some like little speed tactics during this that don't completely break the game?
I'll try and curb it. I mean, the truth is even with Infinite and everything, like I can't ever play a Halo game normally. Like it's not physically possible for me to play Halo like a normal person anymore.
Right, as I would expect. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not me being like, you know. It's simply the fact that at this point I know where every single weapon is. I know all of the tricks. I know the fastest way to kill every single enemy in the game. Why would I I watch people play Halo CE, or I watch people play Halo 3 and they're using spikers and assault rifles and stuff to like rip off Brute's armor. And I'm over here like, why would I ever do that, right? I know the fastest way to knock off a Brute's armor or pick apart a knight. I know all the quick kills, all that stuff, that I can't bring myself to use weapons that aren't the most efficient for the scenario. So it's impossible for me not to speedrun these games. So you're going to see something. But there's a few. I'll tell you, we might play the final mission twice. I'll put it that way. Just because I want to showcase it. It is Halo 5. I personally think is underrated as a speed game. In the Halo world. I know how a lot of people feel about the campaign and stuff like that, but it has some of the coolest and flashiest tricks in the Halo speedrunning zeitgeist, I guess. And specifically the very final mission of this game is now my go-to for showing off speedrunning. If someone ever asked me the question, what is speedrunning? I've never seen one. What does that look like? That's the mission I throw on now out of all the Halo games, because if you've played Halo 5 and you know the final mission, it blows people's minds that we beat that mission. I mean, you know it. Do you remember the final mission? You have to destroy all the cores, and you have
I remember it from a casual standpoint. I can't say I remember it from a speedrunning standpoint.
Oh, no, that's what it's saying, from a casual standpoint, right?
Oh, yeah. From a casual standpoint, I remember.
That's a pretty decent-sized mission.
Yeah, for sure.
We beat that mission in 3 minutes.
Yeah, so for reference, I'll just scroll down here. My best time on that is 37 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yeah, mine is 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
That's insane. So, yeah, hopefully we don't break it too much, and you can show me some little, some tactics here or there, because as I've been being exposed in this series, as much as a competitive head as I am a campaign noob. I'm here, like, Duquesne showed me some Halo CE stuff that I'd never even seen before, and, like, now I'm ready to be mind blown. Even though, you know, I don't want to break the game, you know, I still want to have the campaign experience
we'll have,
enjoy the story.
I'll tone it down.
But I'm excited to go faster than I've been before during this.
Right.
So,
I got all the details you want here, so.
Nice. Well, with that being said, I say we just get started.
I'm in.
All right. Well, then let's start this new mission.
This is the end, man, right? Like, I'm technically your final guest for this series. Or do you
have
you done all the other
you're
ones?
not, because I'm doing it in story order. So actually, Halo Wars 2 is the last one after this.
Oh, you're also doing the wars and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So I started with Wars 1, and now I'll end with Wars 2 next week.
Gotcha.
But
who do you have on for that one? Do you know yet?
I do know, actually, and I will be I'll be releasing it on Monday or Sunday, maybe. Right. All right, who am I being here?
You're gonna be Locke. I mean, this is your show, so you get main character. I'm gonna be my boy Nathan Fillion. So
yeah, that's a good pick. It's a good pick. Yeah, and Daniel Olson in the YouTube chat. What's up, good sir? You guys should be in the chat if you're watching this as a video, so you can ask me cool questions and comments like this, where he says the Wars games are his personal favorites. So I hope you'll be around next week to see Wars 2. Man, it's been a while since I played this campaign. I have that book.
Mojo, you saying, man, people forget that, like, I'm a speedrunner because I'm a story fanatic. You're like, you never explain the story. You want me to explain Halo 5 story? I can. I talk about it. Halo 5 story is not as bad as people say it is. Like, I talk about it all the time that the story, the direction is good. There's a good story inside of Halo 5 that was just poorly executed.
How old are you?
Mainly through dialogue, because they did dialogue changes and stuff near the end of the game, or before launch. But I can tell you the whole thing, because I personally don't mind the Halo 5 story. I don't know how you feel, Wardog. How do you feel about the story?
I'm gonna reserve the right to change my opinion after we play it again now, but I remember feeling, when the last time I played this, feeling like the Halo 5 story was had very small impact on the universe as a whole. Like, I felt, minus the stuff that happens on Sanghelios, that most things would have ended up the same way at the end of the game if none of the game happened. If that makes sense. But I reserve the right to change that opinion during this playthrough.
On the surface of Konchata. Your mission is to insert behind enemy lines, retrieve Halsey, and bring her back to Infinity. Be advised, Dr.
And I'm also mad because I don't have subtitles for some reason.
If you have the opportunity.
Understood, Commander.
Good luck, Spartan Locke. Infinity out.
Tracking gear online.
Affirmative. Say, before we make this jump, anybody want to say a few words?
I figure if God can hear how scared I am, so can everyone else. Locke, you buying first drink when we're done?
You ask, you buy. Fire Team Osiris.
Oh, this is such a great
The
opening.
light is green.
This game still was a little uncanny valley going into it, but man, I love it. I love stories and stuff like hearing Nathan Fillion. You know what he first said when they showed him the character model of Buck in this game?
He said it was ugly because it was him.
No, I mean, they asked him, like, you want to change your character, right? And the one thing he said is, can you make him sexy? That's it. That's all he said.
Yeah, that's a Nathan Fillion thing to say.
It's such a Nathan Fillion thing. I love that man. So.
Com check.
But yeah, I mean, don't worry, Mojo. You'll get the full story here. You're gonna hear me nerd out about like why I actually think that this story is better than people give it credit for. You could just hear poorly executed things. And there's a few cutscenes that ruin Halo 4 overall. It just takes away everything and all the fire in Halo 4. But
We just saw a little glimpse of social multiplayer there, just ground pound after ground pound.
right. But you watch these cutscenes, and then you watch this cutscene here, and then you're like, so in Halo Infinite, we're getting Spartan killers, huh? Individual characters who apparently just go around killing people who can do this, you're telling me. What an epic opening.
Yeah, maybe the best opening in Halo.
I mean, it's hard to beat the Halo 2 though, man. Given the Covenant their bomb back.
Yeah, that's true. This is at least like at least a close second.
So if you wanna know something straight off the bat here.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
We saw an elite that was killed here. There's an actual energy sword that you can pick up right behind you.
Buck, Tanaka. Full
Right here.
Oh.
You can pick that up. It doesn't have any ammo in it. But we actually use that for speedrunning. So
No
there was
way.
a thing. There's a few things changed. A lot of people don't realize, but you actually get a movement boost speed when you carry an energy sword. Same thing with the gravity hammer. When you carry them, including in multiplayer, you actually get a movement speed boost of about 10%.
Oh, I
think it was
accidentally
15%.
I accidentally dropped it, but yeah.
Oh,
When I dropped it, like I felt it. I got significantly slower.
Yes. So in campaign or in multiplayer, it did the same thing, but they actually nerfed it. So, but one thing 343 does now more than ever is they make sure that they try their best to not affect speedrunning when they affect multiplayer changes. Because a lot of things, good example is you remember back when the game was out early on, people were using Warthogs to clip through bases in Warzone, so you could enter bases early and stuff like that. I don't know if you ever utilized that or knew about that.
Yeah, like I kind of heard about it, but I never did it.
Right. So they took that out, obviously, because it was being abused in multiplayer, right? And sadly, that took it out of campaign, and it affected speedrunning for a little bit, but we found faster strats anyway, so it didn't matter overall. Well, that's data pad. I didn't mean to do that. But it's one of those that they specifically designed in the game. There's actually multiple versions of each weapon. One for campaign and multiplayer specific. So the weapons can be interacted with and changed individually depending on what you're playing. So the sword, they nerfed the sword in multiplayer, but it's not nerfed in campaign when they patched the game because they didn't want to affect speedrun. But they purposely, that was something that was made later. They didn't do that initially, but they thought about that, and so they actually, they made completely different versions of the weapon, of each weapon, so that they could make changes individually according to the playlist.
That's insane.
And I'm hoping, and I assume they might do the same for
Forerunner structure ahead. That's our target.
Halo Infinite as well,
So
to
how's he
not
called
affect
us?
speedrun.
She said there was something big out
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Key coordinates to find her.
It must be something big.
One hell of a trap.
Contact.
How much Warzone did you play when you were? I know you. I mean, I'm guessing you don't play a lot of Halo 5 these days. But...
I played a good amount back when we were doing like the main streamers and stuff. A lot of the time when we were doing multiplayer content, especially with viewers, we would tend to do it on Warzone so that we could get like the most amounts of viewers in at a time. So like, yeah, we played like especially together, we played like a good amount of Warzone for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I know that was what I played almost all of Warzone for a long time. I really love that mode. I love PvE, PvP games where you're doing a combination of both, you know. So.
Yeah, the mixed enemy type is always interesting and fun if it's done right, for sure.
Up the cliffs. Get after them.
What is it? Is it Locke that has a speed boost? I know each of the characters when you do character selector, you can actually see they have an armor mod on, and I think one of them has a speed boost. I don't think it's Locke. I actually think it's Val who has it. So technically, if you're doing co-op, you would want to make sure you have a Val because they just move like a few % faster. But yeah, no, I was curious because I was like, I don't know how well you know about like killing enemies. I've been doing a lot of Halo 5 Warzone firefight because I've been working towards that 152. So.
Right.
Move smart. Fire.
Bye. I'll see you later. I'm up here, Dan. If you want to look up.
I'm just killing this guy. I'm really slow at killing guys. Where are you? Where'd you? What the? Oh, what? I just saw you fall from heaven. God, he's falling from heaven.
I'm
Chat?
just gonna pull off random speedrun tech and see if you can figure out what the hell is happening. So I just launched myself about 100 feet in the air. And again, speedrun wise, we actually skipped this entire area.
So like, what are like some like 101 like tricks that people might like be seeing during a run that don't really understand that it's like an optimization, like, you know, like something like a specifically quick way to kill a certain enemy type or something like that.
Yeah, so I mean the best ones is, I was gonna say, when we talking 101, like enemy, one of the big run, the changes between people's runs is how quickly they kill enemies, right? I mean, if you get good enough at speedrunning, if you become one of the top tier runners, you typically know how to do every trick, everything the same as each other, right? Of course, everyone messes up, but you tend to get very good at doing tricks regularly, right? Reliably hitting tricks on the first time and stuff like that. Right. So then, what's the difference? Like, where's the time thing? How do you run faster than everyone else? And it tends to come down to fighting efficiency. It's why I like Legendary the best, is that's the largest difference. Is it comes down to who can actually get through fight sections quicker than another person. So what you're going to see is a lot of, obviously, noob combos for noob cube is the fusion rifle, or fusion coil in Infinite.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot of Promethean weapons are best against Promethean. You're going to see a lot of the suppressor and bolt shot against knights and soldiers. To basically pop them and then a quick swap. It's the new combo of Promethean. So lots of quick kills. Whenever you pop off, I'm sure a lot of people know that whenever you pop off the here's a skull if you want a skull.
I don't know if I have this one. The skulls and collectibles were something I never did in this game.
Yeah, it's right here. IWHBYD.
Oh yeah, I do have this one. Yeah.
It wasn't an argument, or he'd have cut off her head instead of her arm.
But again, I think it's a lot that some people might know is Knights. If you pop off the corners, right, they actually added kind of an easier kill method. In Halo 4, you could just backstab. That was the quickest way to kill Knights in Halo 4. Was just hit them in the back, get behind them, dodge a melee, and get them. Now in this one, they made it harder. You can't really do that. So you have to pop off a corner, and then when you pop off a corner of a Knight, they open their face up briefly. They yell at you, and if they do that, you can actually shoot them in the face and it'll one-shot them.
Ah.
So you'll see that a whole lot.
So, like, what are the weapons you're using throughout most of this run? I'd imagine Promethean weapons, because there's just a lot of Promethean
Yeah,
enemies.
a lot of Promethean nades. Promethean nades rip through. A lot of plasma pistol, and a lot of just light rifle and suppressor. I mean, this game in general, you would be surprised. In the speedrun, we don't shoot guns all that often in a lot of ways. We skip a lot of seconds.
Yeah, I want to say like this game might be the Halo game of like speedrunning minus ODST that I've seen the least.
Okay.
Our destination is on the other side of this battlefield. Watch out for the Kraken. The Covenant are trying to use it to break the Promethean line.
I'd rather not get stuck between them.
Oh, I may have died.
No, you're not dead yet. You just gotta get revived by
I mean, like, you know, as far as dead goes in this game.
We hate that as speedrunners. I'm gonna be 100% real.
Well, yeah, it's because it's like AI reliance, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, it was a point of, I keep wanting to use the word pride, but it's not, just when they were making this game, they're in their brains, they're like, our AI is so good, they'll always be able to revive the player. They did not take, I mean, they actually thought it was a good idea for speedrunners, right? When when it was talked about and stuff like that, they're like, oh, this would be good for speedrunners because then you don't have to go back to the checkpoint, you can just get revived.
Yeah, there's like it lessens the opportunity of the game having like a quote unquote run killer in it, right?
It sounds like it, but that ends up not being true.
Yeah,
A
in
lot of
theory,
times,
in theory.
The way that we do setups and stuff like that require us to just end the level right there and call it, you know, reset and just do it again. It's easier to start from scratch because there's a lot of timing and stuff that goes into it. You know? So it ends up being worse because we get times where we get a checkpoint when we go on a checkpoint, so we have to go backwards a checkpoint because we soft lock the game. We think that we can't progress any further. We put the game in a state where we can't. It's a run kill. We either have to reset the run or we have to kill ourselves 5 times fast like the other Halo games, and it resets you 2 checkpoints.
Right. Yeah.
Which you can't do that when you're not dying immediately or your teammates are constantly reviving. There's a few ways around it. If you get stuck by a grenade or you get hit by a fuel rod, that will kill you. So a lot of times we just try and get ourselves stuck with grenades. But it is like there's the movement in this game. There's so much clambering, getting on top of rocks, jumping around, areas in the back corners that sadly the AI is. Hey, do you want a binary rifle before you go?
Oh.
Why can't I ping? Can't ping things. Oh.
Teleported you in.
I can't. I guess you can ping. Can you ping things?
I can ping. Look at that.
Yeah, I can't ping. I guess I'm not the commander.
It was
so
only a matter.
Yeah. I'm the captain now. Yeah.
Brother could stand up break a little faster if you ask me.
Hey, look at that guy. Oh.
Close to Halsey's position. Nice.
He got
Concentrate fire
shredded.
on the broken armor.
So on this card, there are certain enemies that are just scheduled to die, so I can just focus on all the other ones and call it good. There's all the knights, they're all dead. Now we just gotta go crawlers.
Yeah, whenever, you know, like, I'm talking to my friends that, like, maybe aren't, like, as into gaming as I am or whatever, but, like, know what speedrunning are, like, you know, my cool speedrunning fact at the moment right now is just, like, yeah, did you know that, like, you know, there's a Halo 2 run where one player uses 2 controllers? Like, that's that's, like, my cool speedrunning fact. And then
Halo 2's running has gotten insane.
Yeah, I mean, when I was talking to you briefly about trying to figure out if I wanted to pick up a game to learn in a speed run, like the second I saw that, I was like, nope, this is not the one.
Yeah, but Halo 2 is just a tough game in general. It's not a great. It's not. They're doing crazy stuff. I mean, it's all scripting manipulations and things like that they do now. It's crazy. Mono. He's a very smart man.
Yeah, he was crazy on GDQ.
Yeah. He did a great job for that.
There are several. Would you like to
I
discuss
know
the finer
he
points
was
of
so nervous
casual
for the
reconciliation?
slows because those are tricks that, like, if you mess up, there's nothing. You gotta restart the entire mission. You know?
Claim to be able to access.
Yeah, and you know, it was crazy that like he was prepared. Like he had the backup Xboxes, and he was set. And like even though the run wasn't the cleanest, like he needed to swap consoles and everything. Even though it wasn't the cleanest, it was still one of the like more impressive runs of the year for sure.
Yeah, and it was only one. I mean, he only did one. Like, he only had one real bad moment that he had to fix. And to everyone else, it looks good, right? I mean, to people who know the speed run, it's not a clean run. But people who've never seen it wouldn't be able to tell otherwise. You know, you would notice a few mistakes here or there, but overall, you would be like, oh, this is insane, right? So, go. Completely ending. Kind of interesting. To be honest, I wasn't that this is where like story gets a little bit like. God.
Papa Tran in my chat says Jewel Madama got killed off so quickly.
Yup, he's dead. He's done. Remember that entire Spartan Ops was based around this dude, and they're like, oh yeah, he's dead now. I mean, it was clearly like they didn't want to do Spartan Ops anymore.
Lasky would like a word with you.
And they just needed to have a story to get Halsey back, because they realized they wanted to focus more on Cortana and Halsey and the interaction between her and Chief and things like that. So they needed to find a way to bring her back, even though they just kind of made her an enemy of the UNSC. And so they retconned Spartan Ops. That's what they did. Rhea, she no longer has an arm, because Palmer shot it off, but in this scene, she's back, and then she's like, nah, don't worry about it, we got bigger things to deal with. And you're like, what the hell? You just like swore off the UNSC, and you're talking to the person who literally tried to murder you, tried to assassinate you and shake your arm off. Although, that being said, she also knows how the UNSC works, right? She's one of the more integral figures and understands it, right? So.
Captain Lasky, I sent you my position 3 weeks ago. I told you this was happening.
We'll discuss that in private, Doctor. Palmer.
What has she done? How far has it already gone?
Good work, Osiris.
I can't wait for Halsey to get a robot arm.
What do you think that's about?
She's gonna get a robot arm and punch through somebody's chest or something wild.
Yeah.
All right, I let you choose. You know, I want you to.
Oh no, you're chief.
You're
chief, baby.
you're the guest. You're the guest.
Oh yeah, but you are the leader of this, so you're chief. I'm gonna pick
All right.
up. Let's see. See, I mean, you can actually see if you look at the. I'm guessing you.
Oh yeah, I
wanted
wanted to look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the loadouts. Oh, we have 5 seconds, but you can actually see like Kelly has a mobility. And
Yeah, Kelly had
dexterity.
Kelly had dexterity, the quick swap.
Yeah, she's got dexterity and mobility, so she just moves quicker. So, another great opening, by the way.
So does that mean that the co-op category for this game is quicker since you have access to the quicker characters?
In all of the Halo games, it is. I mean, again,
Okay.
like I said, one of the biggest differences is how quickly you go through fights. And when you have 2 people, fights just go faster.
Right. And I'm sure that there are people out there that like they're going hard in the paint on co-op, right? Like they're coordinating their fight.
Oh, they
and,
know.
like,
Oh yeah.
I'm
think the
target
best
A,
co-op
B, and
runs
C.
you should- Halo 4. I think Halo 4, out of the Halo games, Halo 4 actually has the best co-op run. Like, and the people who are doing it is like Royal Hobo and those guys. They have put a lot of effort. Halo 2 also has a pretty good co-op run, but Halo 4 I think has the most entertaining of like how it kind of differs and how it looks compared to the full run, normal run.
Thanks, Kelly. Everyone ready?
Affirmative.
You good?
I'd also like to give some grief to whoever's responsible at 343. In just this game in general, I don't like it how blue team, they all have like the cool version of their weapons, you know, like the legendary blue team version of their weapons.
But it doesn't do anything?
But A, it doesn't do anything, and B, Chief just has a regular ass AR. Like, you couldn't give him like a cool AR?
Thing, right? That's him. You're right, though. You would think he'd have a named weapon of the sort, but I feel that's also not Chief's style, right?
Yeah, like Nornfang is like, I agree. Nornfang OP, Nornfang is you know, probably my favorite weapon in the Halo universe.
I'm just faster than you, bro. See
You are faster.
Nerd.
I mean, you could be the slower character and still be faster.
You're gonna see a lot of like movement stuff with like how I move around the map. There is an optimal way of how you use your thruster pack and sprint and things like that. Don't worry about it. I'm not doing anything bad.
And deactivate gravity and life support systems. Ship data center is just ahead. We can pull down Argent Moon schematics there.
Impressive. Looks like they were designing a new stealth class vessel.
They lost years of expensive R&D with this station.
Don't worry, I'm not actually gonna use this because I'm probably gonna mess it up anyways.
I'm just watching.
I'm good at this. So this is, we actually skip the entire section here, and so we can skip the elevator. Oh, no, I got it. Okay. See you later, nerd. No, I'm coming back out.
I see you.
But yeah, pretty much we would use this, and then we would just skip all the way to past the elevator. We could just go by it, so.
And he's back.
I can't walk here. There's an invisible wall. Alright, well, I'll find my way out.
Should I just keep running and teleport you?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But I mean, I think it can come out the same way I came in.
Oh, we're gonna
Or I
keep running.
die.
Station was not
That too.
consistent with expected drift patterns. Someone didn't want it to be found and sent it in a direction no one would expect.
Move toward the data center, blue team.
Downloading. I like breaking glass.
Hostile contact.
I just get shot from behind? What the?
Yeah, if you're again, it's one of those things that a lot of people don't know. I mean, I see it all the time when I play. Oh, by the way, if you need more ammo, you can just hit any. If you hit any UNSC box, even if it doesn't have the gun that you have in your hand, it will replenish your ammo.
Oh, that's kind of crazy. I didn't know that.
But yeah, so you know, we were talking about Promethean bullets are better against Promethean. A lot of people don't know that that actually goes into like Warzone and stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot of the 152 grind, which is the fastest way.
Data center.
You basically cut your time down to a quarter of what most people do. You need, most people average who just played the game was about 80 days of playtime. Was how much you need to get to 152. I'm gonna do it in about 26 days of playtime, and it's all because you do Mythic Warzone Firefight, because it's permanent two times XP, and then you have XP boost, and it's all the whole thing. But
Let's go.
Elevator here.
a lot of people don't know is they have those different AR versions that you can get. You know, you can change out all the scopes and everything in Warzone to have different ones.
Right.
If you actually use the Promethean bolt, it says it's better against vehicles. What a lot of people don't know, it's actually better against Promethean enemies in general too. So I never see people using just the regular AR with Promethean bolts, which you get at like rec level 2, and it makes the Promethean waves a lot quicker. So,
Interesting.
Must not be going well.
Jul Dama is a lot of things, but he's no prophet.
See, chat, we're getting a nice rewind of the Halo story, and we're all learning how to be faster together.
To the shipyard is through the wall ahead.
Let's charge through.
Going with a different weapon.
Contact.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much you played, but this is a game that they really want you to explore. So once again, they made this game was heavily designed with speedrunners in mind. Now that being said, we basically skip most of the things anyways, and we always have one path. But they designed this game. You can actually see the framework for Halo Infinite in this, where a lot of the sections you'll see it mostly on Swords of St. Helios. There's all different directions. You can go underground, you can go over rocks, you can climb on top of things, you can kind of go off the side into tunnels. There is a million directions of how you can approach each situation to allow just for a lot of diverse playstyles and stuff like that. And so they've hidden weapons all over the place as well, so you can find weapons hidden. So it's a game you want to explore a little bit.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more, you know, areas for map exploration in this campaign, and that's something that's that was pretty obvious to me even like the first time playing it, but way more obvious now that I have all the campaigns pretty fresh in my memory.
Yeah. There you go. Battle rifle there. There's a Hydra up here. DMR over here.
I found like a random DMR on like the bottom floors, just like chilling out. I don't know if it's Halo 4 or Halo 5, but there is one of the Halo games where you guys do like this crazy trick where you're kind of like up on an elevated podium and there's like a wall in front of you, which you throw a grenade into the ceiling, and as it falls down, you jump and throw another grenade, and you use like a double grenade jump to like break through a top barrier and like exit the map.
Yeah, you're talking the first mission of Halo 4. That's a yeah.
Yeah, whenever I see that trick, I'm like, damn, whoever like found that.
Well, it's a trick. So here's the, you know, a lot of people ask all the time, it's like, how do we find tricks? It's a combination of a lot of things. First off, no one finds all the tricks, right? It's
right,
a joint
yeah,
effort. A lot of tricks are found by pure accident. 100% honesty. Like, people get launched around. We see body, like, ragdoll effects when you die, who get launched through ceilings and stuff, and we're like, oh, there's no collision up there, right? Or we have, like, there's random, I think there's been 2 tricks that we found that people, not even me, but, like, people use my gameplay to find 2 tricks, because things happened during my run that I didn't realize that happened, but people noticed. A good one is in Halo 4, there's, on the second to last mission, there's a bunch of Banshees that come in on the last section, and for whatever reason, all of a sudden, they just started, oh, goodbye. Forgot that that's a cutscene. We usually just jump off the side. But yeah, they, the Banshees all of a sudden just start to blow themselves up. They just drive down to the kill barrier and they just kill themselves.
Sierra 117.
And it was a totally luck, everything worked out perfectly, but it was found by total accident, you know? But a lot of tricks are a combination of trying out other things that we know from other games, sometimes not even Halo. Other speedruns have similar tricks, you know, a lot of games are built.
Yeah, because games are built on systems,
ways, on similar engines. So, you know, like clipping through walls and stuff is not a Halo-only thing. A lot of times you can do the same thing in a lot of games, jumping out of vehicles to break barriers and stuff like that. It's a common thing in games. this is good, man. This is a good cutscene. Added a little bit of horror element to it. Good. But we, you know, a lot of it is just that trick we actually knew about for the longest time. There was another way that we did that trick. The out of bounds on Dawn with like blowing up the box to launch us. But we used to do it in co-op. We knew it was a thing before because people did it on co-op, and they did it a slightly different way where they would despawn the outside elevator and have someone standing on the outside, so they climb on top of the map. But
The domain is open. Meridian is next.
Cortana?
John, the reclamation is about to begin.
What the?
Chief, what's wrong?
She's on Meridian.
Who?
Cortana.
see, you see a scene like that and you're like, damn, that's a great cutscene. That's a freaking great story cutscene. I just want to say.
You said she was gone.
I watched her die. We have a mission to focus on. We can talk about this later. Lights on. Frederick, get us back on course for central control.
Bringing up schematics. There's an elevator we can use, but access is 4 levels down.
Mark a path.
Are you over there breaking the game?
How, what? No, I'm not breaking the game. I'm just in, I'm in here. Hello, how you
Hostile
doing?
contact.
They have, again, different paths. So we can enter into this next area different ways. So, I actually haven't been over on this side. Oh, forgot about that. Plasma pistol. All these guys suicide, by the way. See you later.
Elite! Active camouflage!
Yo, chat, you see me own that noob? He tried to stick me.
This area is clear. We've reached level 2. Keep moving down.
Chief, what did Cortana say to
You know, I think that's a good.
Not enough.
I think that's a good point on why people probably dislike this campaign. You know, like out of proportion compared to other Halos, just because like
keeping pace with us?
the advertising was so good, and then the game had so little to do with the advertising.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And that's a big part of it. For
And
sure.
yeah, I think that's one valid point that, like, you know.
Well, and I can have, again, I have a lot of, I'm a story guy, so I know a lot of the background of that is they actually did a lot of story rewrites really late into development of this. We're talking like, you know, a lot of the game was set, but like we're talking within 2 years of the game launching, which again, people don't know game dev. I know people talking about, you know, Halo Infinite's been in development for 10 years. That's not really true. Or 6 years even. That's not true either. But, yeah, I mean, hell, I bet you they already have the next Halo game after Infinite, which, again, is supposedly not going to be for 10 years, already frameworked out. Like, they already have a pseudo-direction of where they want to take the story, right? And so they developed that stuff very far in, advance. But what ended up happening is Joe Staten, you know, the great producer who's back on Halo again, which we love.
Yeah, love him.
Love that man.
What did I just die to? What?
Sword. Invis sword
I
guy.
didn't even see him.
But
Level 3. One more level down to the elevator to central control.
he came in. He didn't really work on Halo 5 a lot, but he was consulted for Halo 5 for the campaign, and he came in and he was like, What the fuck are you guys doing? Apparently that was, long story short, he basically was like, this is not good. And so they did a bunch of rewrites of the story very late in development.
Surrendering Argentina is not an option.
And it caused a few things. It's one of the reasons why we'll hear a lot of really bad dialogue on the later part of the game.
Plan changes to asset denial.
Battle rifle over here if you want.
Oh yeah.
Ship's reactor core is near here. Same plan as the perpetual devotion.
We overload the reactor and evac. Ship explodes.
AR, yeah, who
destroying
would
any
want
ships
that?
nearby.
The reactor is below the lab just ahead. We can use air ducts to travel between them. Marking the access panel.
Let me get that access panel for you there. I feel like my audio is low. The game audio.
There's chatter about Jewel
But yeah, it's one of the many reasons why this was this game I think struggled in some regards, or why people didn't like it. Because again, a lot of the cutscenes and stuff really well done. The biggest thing this game struggles from is character dialogue in the game. Like, a lot of the voice acting throughout it feels a little forced. They just didn't have enough time. You could just tell things that just didn't go well. Oh, I should have grabbed the sword. I meant to do that. So, they actually modified hunters, by the way. Right at the end. Once again, very kind of right near the end of development. Last few months, they decided to all of a sudden buff the hunters. They used to be very similar to how they are in the other Halo games, a lot slower and stuff like that. Then they upgraded them to be really fast and really powerful. Like, I mean, they even have dialogue in it that says, like, Fred has a dialogue where he's like, the hunters are strong but they're slow, right? So you can get up behind
not really.
That is not the case. They smash instantly. You get near them, they just attack you. Which, by the way, this is another like fun thing. You can actually skip this section if you wanted, and if you know where the activation is, you can actually activate the reactor access right there. If you hit down on the D-pad, it'll ping it.
Oh yeah.
You can actually activate that and skip the hunters, but they'll show up at the end of the level. So they'll actually get added in to the end of the level instead.
Huh. You skip it, but the game's like, listen, we really got to get rid of these things, all right?
Although, the trick we do on this level, again, what I was doing at the start where I climbed up on the map, there's more parts to that where we skip all the way to the very end of the mission. So we end up skipping, if you skip the area as a whole, the hunters don't actually spawn at all. So they don't show up at the end. So.
I'm grabbing shoddy ammo. I'm here, though. I'm here.
This was one of the more annoying parts when we first did the speed run for this. This was a very annoying part. It just took so long to do efficiently. And they started adding snipers in the mix that just one-shot you.
Eliminate the Covenant forces and get to those controls.
Once again, lots of little like secrets kind of up throughout the level.
I feel like I'm hiding for so long when my shields go down because I expect it to be like multiplayer length, but it's definitely not. Oh, and then I just got melted by that guy with a turret.
I'm down. Need an assist.
Need some help. That's fine. Linda's got us, right, Linda? Right, Linda?
Here comes the clutch. Here comes the clutch.
No.
Blue team.
Well, About that
Fred!
clutch.
Oh, and there it is. And that's where AI fails. They were very
Wait,
confident. That
Fred's
they got
coming.
their AI. Nah, he dead. We died.
He was coming.
We bled out.
He was coming though.
Yep.
He was on his
He
way.
was slowly. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff you deal with where you're like, you're right there. Come get me. Come on. It looks like we're not gonna have the whole SWAT thing like in this one. It was, again, you know, they want to try something new. I get it. I don't think it worked all that well. It was a decent concept to think about. Like, oh yeah, we'll have AI teammates that can stay with you the whole time and can help you. I mean, I think it's one of the reasons people. I think this lasso is one of the easier ones in my opinion. Is because if you really want it, you could have your AI teammates do all the work. It'll be really slow. But you could basically just send them out and keep killing each enemy, and you can hide in a corner. If you really want.
What's
Kelly's down. Move to assist.
what's like the speedrunning outlook for the new game now that it's more like a open world-esque instead of just
I'm so excited. I mean, it raises a few issues. There's one I brought up yesterday when they released the blog post that I think it tackled it a little bit. I'm trying to remember what it was about. There's apparently an issue where it's one of the things I'm sort of worried about. But it's, for me personally, it's not going to be for everyone. I mean, like anything, like if you look at most speedrunners, there's a lot of speedrunners that they play one game and that's it, right? I mean, there are very few speedrunners out there that run multiple games, and if anything, the same franchise, right? If you watch anyone do GTA, they typically run one GTA. Legend of Zelda, a lot of people run one Zelda, or Super Mario. One Super Mario. Same thing with Halo. There's a lot of people who do different stuff. And so it's not going to be for everyone, but like any other Halo game, it's going to breed its own group of speedrunners who end up getting very into it, right? It's the same thing with Halo 5. Halo 5 has its own section of speedrunners who, they are the Halo 5 speedrunners, right? You know, Mr. Monopoly is one of the few people, he knows how to run every single Halo game, but he's a Halo 2 speedrunner, right?
right.
Yep. That's what he's known for, and that's the one he's best at. He doesn't know how to run Halo 5, I think, at all. I know he only really knew, so a little bit of speedrun trivia for you, is when MCC first came out, they actually brought in Goat Roped, who was the Halo CE speedrunner, who made Halo Runs, by the way, the Halo Runs website, and Mono, Mr. Monopoly, they brought them both in to test the games before they launched it, to make sure each of the Halo games had all of the speedrun tricks still in the game. They wanted to make sure all of the speedrun tricks actually worked. They didn't want to fix them, they wanted to make sure they were still in the game. So like, Goat Roped, I know he did Halo 1 and Halo 4, whereas Mr. Monopoly did Halo 2 and Halo 3. And Goat Rope was not a Halo 4 runner, but he knew the run because he had watched all of my runs, right? So he knew most of the tricks and stuff like that just by watching other people.
So what you're trying to say is Halo 4 speedrunners on MCC can thank you.
Yeah, thank me? No, not at all. Thank Goat Rope, man. I didn't do nothing.
This whole plan fails if that bullet gets a chance to work.
But it's you know, Halo Infinite is a game I'm really excited for because it opens the door for more categories, is my big thing. You know, Halo notoriously has really only two main categories. We've added co-op now, which is a whole nother ballgame nowadays. But we had easy and legendary. That's it. No one really did lasso speedruns because of just how brutal they were. Obviously, if you die, if mission's over, you lose. So, yeah. We could do, I mean, you know, I feel if we were ever to do it, we would just say, like, you would have to do lasso, but you're allowed to have the iron skull. Because that just automatically kills all of them. So. Pick him off. Yeah, see ya! Oh, no, he lived.
Man, Banshees are strong, huh?
By the way, you gotta hit down on the D-pad and see what. You hit one, I'll hit the other. And don't forget, one feature that you might not remember, but you can actually ping weapons for the AI to pick up. So there's like fuel rods around and stuff. You can actually get Balance Knock and pick those up. Or Fred. Oh, those are my bad. Wrong people. Oh, never mind. Linda's dead. She jumped off the map.
Can't believe you just squashed me.
Somebody suppress the fire!
I just got squashed by my own teammate.
You?
Override controls.
The one man I thought I could trust in this world.
Shades are still closed on those coolant pipes. Find a way to open.
I now have a rocket launcher, I guess.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, but I guess to say the note is like I'm really excited for Halo Infinite speedrunning because it is open world, and because it seems like if we've seen the mini map, there's a lot of objectives and collectibles, side stuff to do. It means that we'll be able to do. By the way, routing this area a lot of fun. Having to like run to get the Banshee to and then like timing all your shots before all the enemies come up and stuff like that goes fast and then end in the last area. But yeah, no, it opens the door for like 100%, right? 100% running isn't really a thing. Like, yeah, there is collectibles in in Halo, but there's no such thing as really 100% runs that anyone does because they're not that interesting. It's a lot of times like, oh, I just have to quickly take this detour and I stand over here.
Yeah, it doesn't really add to.
It doesn't add anything interesting.
Prowler's just inside.
Brad, I need you to. Yeah, okay.
I don't even know what just murdered me. I think I got fuel rodded.
No.
I was flying over to you. I think I got fuel rodded. It was crazy. Alright, I still have my rocket launcher.
Perfect. Coolant system inner workings are exposed.
Alright, here we go. I'm a new speedrunner on the scene. Here we go. I know exactly what I'm doing now.
The Armada's been alerted to our presence. Reinforcements inbound.
Are you using the fuel rods to destroy all these things?
Yeah. I'm a speedrunner. I know what I'm doing. I've played a game quick once or twice.
Dang it! Banshee bomb.
Kelly's down. Move to assist.
Oh, maybe that's what I died to. It was a Banshee using a Banshee bomb.
Be back now.
Banshees aren't fast enough to get clear.
This guy's going into sicko mode on me. What? Did you see that, chat? This Banshee's just styling on me. He just did like 3 backflips while I was chasing
Find the
him.
nearest hangar bay. We're taking a Prowler.
Hangar entrance here.
Prowler is just inside, through an airlock.
Reactor core temperature has
Hey, what's up, Magnolta?
73 Kelvin. Failure imminent. Immediate evacuation advised.
There's the Prowler. But the hangar's full of cover.
But yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm so excited for
Clear
it
them out.
myself.
Prep for
I'm
launch.
gonna be really down for it. I like the size of the open world, so I'm not big. I like to think I enjoy RPGs, and I do. I do enjoy playing them, but I never finish RPGs. I've never finished Fallout. I've never finished Skyrim. I've never.
Yep, I'm the
but
same
I'm at
one.
like max level for all of those because I'm a completionist as I go. So I make sure to 100% everything. Like I want to do all side missions before completing the main missions. Which games like Skyrim is kind of difficult to do that. So I like open world games, but for me, it makes way more sense to do like Spider-Man or Prototype, if you remember those, or like.
Oh, I love the Prototype.
Yeah, dude, those kind of games are the perfect size of open world to fit me, where there's lots of collectibles, lots of things to do, but it's not so big that there's too much to do for me before I get bored with the game. And that's what Halo Infinite size looks like, is that it'll be a nice big open world. So we might have some really awesome like 8 to 10 hour 100% speedruns of Halo Infinite. I have a feeling we'll still be able to beat the game in an hour and a half. It's weird to me that over 20 years we've had 7, 8 Halo games. Every single one, the speedrun on Legendary, are within 20 minutes of each other. They're all within an hour and a half. Give or take about 20 minutes, right?
I think that makes sense. You know, you like, yeah, you carry like, you know, certain design philosophies throughout the years. I think it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, but it's so crazy that it worked out. Like, there's enough glitches and everything to be about the same amount of time, regardless of like how glitchy the game looks or anything. It's weird, or the length of the game and stuff like that. And I think Infinite will be no different. So, I have a feeling we'll be able to. I hope they have a sub 3 hours speedrun. Don't even know if it's possible. It's one of the reasons they don't have a speedrun achievement in Halo 5, by the way, because they like. When I asked them about it, when I asked 343, it's like, why don't you have a speedrun achievement? They're like, oh, we didn't know how fast you guys would actually end up making it. It could be 8 hours, it could be 30 minutes. We don't know. So we didn't want to put one because we didn't know. I think it's safe for them to assume that they can do it in 3 hours.
Not slacking, Linda. Covenant reinforcements inbound.
It's a bad day to run out of ammo.
It's been a long time since I've actually.
That elite sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hey, we're ready. We're done. Yay.
Board now, blue team.
Ow.
Who did that?
Why would you do that? We're supposed to board the Prowler.
We're the team. Team.
How am I supposed to board the Prowler if I'm dead?
Clear.
Well, I mean, we can drag your body on there.
89 seconds.
That's not a problem. That's
Yeah, move, grunt.
Sierra 117 to Infinity. Argent Moon scuttled. I've reassigned blue team. Destination Meridian. Potential contact from Cortana.
Negative 117. Another team is already being prepped to deal with her.
What the hell?
You're to return to Infinity immediately.
Negative Infinity.
Oh, I love that.
Like
Oh! What a great.
Whoever they are, let's get to Meridian before they do.
Kelly, no.
No need to do this by yourself, Chief.
Ah. See? See? You watch these cutscenes individually, freaking great.
They won't court-martial all of us, right?
Oh, the interaction between blue team and each other, and the family vibe, and oh, so good.
Yeah, you mean the fact that the rest of them are just introduced with personality?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and here's all these. So Vale's got mobility and upgraded thruster. They've all got upgraded thruster. So that just means your thruster pack recharges quicker.
That makes sense.
Tanaka's got improved sensor. Locke's just got extra grenades. Vale's the mobility, and then I
Vale's
get
quick.
dexterity with Buck. Oh no, that's melee. I think that's the punch. I get a punch harder.
Punch real hard.
I tried to warn you this was happening. Cortana is no longer an asset, Captain. She is a danger. She has access to the Forerunner domain, a galaxy-spanning network
Cortana's
that
alive?
allows her to control whatever devices caused this damage.
How is she?
Master Chief believes she contacted him.
No. John must not speak to her.
He's gone in search of her.
You let him go?
How is
Nobody lets the chief do anything. He does what he wants.
Until 0631 this morning, when he was declared absent without leave.
This isn't about the Master
John
Chief.
is not equipped emotionally to deal with her as a threat.
Hey! Is anyone gonna answer me?
You're out of line, Roland.
Yes, sir, but so is everyone else. You created Cortana, Doc. And now you're throwing her out the airlock with these accusations.
Roland.
You think she tricked the Master Chief into abandoning his post? Respectfully, sir, to what end? Why is Cortana the problem? Because she refused to die when she was supposed to?
God, I wish they continued that scene.
Deactivate
Another great
him.
scene.
If I was Lasky, deactivate him right there.
You're okay with this?
Nah, man, that's what I like about Lasky. Lasky is, I think,
Every target is just
potentially, again, game-wise, again, I'm not that adept with the books and stuff like that, and by not adept, I mean I've read none of them. I think is the greatest character that has been created in Halo. His, at least in Halo 4, his purpose that he served the story was so incredible. Just incredible, right?
I mean, how are you even supposed to bring them in? Ask politely?
No.
The hell?
Armor restraint. Short circuit their suit
Like that they
systems.
don't use armor lock.
The lock. Every other Spartan, every soldier, when they hear about this, they're gonna hate us. You know that, right?
You're not the only one here because of him.
Oh! See? See? Ah, God. Such good. Again, I love subtle storytelling, and that's a great explanation, is even in ODST, we don't really know why Buck joined the military, but you hear things like that, and you're like, oh shit, Locke and Buck and a lot of the Spartans are Spartan 4s because of the legend that Master Chief was. He inspired hope into others to join the military. What a great story point that they don't need to say, but you can just get it from those few little lines, you know?
This planet in 48.
Halo 5 haters, they're uncultured.
I just, again, like, there is a good game inside of this game, right? There's a good story in this game that just, as it goes on, it slowly devolves into just worse and worse. And it's too bad.
Maybe it's just like really meta storytelling where Halo 5 has rampancy. So like as the game is getting older, you know, it's unspooling itself, you know?
Maybe we're not the only ones here.
I mean, that's one of the things that happened. I love talking to me and I think it was Alex actually, Harrisips.
This is Spartan Jameson Locke, UNSC.
When we were at when Halo 5 first came out, we went to 343 for one of those PAX conventions, right? We ran into Bonnie Ross, and we started nerding out with her about Halo 4's story, about how it's probably the best Halo story. And, you know, she even said, she's like, yeah, you know, the concepts we did in Halo 4 were amazing, but we might have gone too deep with Halo 4. Like, they went too metaphorical, too meta with it. And we were like, no. The people who see what you wrote and understand the real deep knowledge that you went for, incredible. It's so good. But you're right, to a degree, that I think a lot of people miss out on a lot of the finer details of the story. So, but again, like again, I think people need to replay this story and then see some of it. I agree, as it said, as it goes, it gets a little worse, and the dialogue, specifically in level, terrible.
It's got rampancy. Tell me.
This right here, a lot of it, honestly, a lot of it has to do like fails. A lot of fails is not good. Dialogue is just those automated turrets online. Again, I think a lot of it has, like you said, working against it. The fact that people didn't.
Automated turrets. Those could be useful.
Whoops. The fact that the advertisements really didn't display what the game is actually about, and the fact that we play as Locke more than we play as Master Chief, I think is severely.
I mean, I know I joke about it a lot, but I was sincerely disappointed that we didn't get to see Cloaked Chief. What happened to Cloaked Chief? What was that desert? You saw a Guardian. I wanted to see that.
Yeah. Well, and again, people be saying like that's for Halo Infinite. That's like I can tell you that that was part of that. I told you there was a lot of story rewrites. That was one of those things that had gotten rewritten. So.
It was just. I don't know what the story point of it would have been, but it was just cool imagery.
Yeah. It was good imagery, and yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh, maybe this is for Halo 6." I liked the thought, but it wasn't like they were trying to bury the lead or anything like that. It was just part of a story portion that got cut from the game. I mean, they did the same thing with Halo 4. I think a lot of people forget there was a teaser trailer where Master Chief was on what looked like the third mission on the mission Forerunner, I think. And then he gets captured by the Didact, and he gets strung up, and he's in like a contraption where he's just literally strung up by the Didact as a prisoner. That's not in Halo 4 at all. Not even close to it. And it's one of those like, well, where was the scene? And it's not. And it's because it was, once again, it was an area that was just, they changed the story and changed the sequence. So that doesn't exist. So. Come on, Tadaki, you can make it.
Oh, I tried to make it. I flew from the heavens. I was just a little too late.
Soldier down.
Oh, this is a great story. I love seeing Roland kind of start to fight back as well and some things like that.
Knight Commander, just showed up with reinforcements.
Oh!
I like, damn, get destroyed. You got hit by an instant cannon. You got demolished.
Yeah. Oh, wait, the gate closed on me. Oh, okay, I teleported.
Elevator control. Get those automated
So, but it was, like, again, that other dialogue with Halsey being like, Chief is not like, when she's like, wait, you let Master Chief go? Palmer's like, dude, he does whatever he wants. It's like, yeah. But then she uses the line, he's not emotionally equipped to deal with it. Is, I think, an incredible line. It's so good.
It's a very doctor way to put it.
Well, it explains his character, right? I mean, people forget that he was kidnapped as a child and has been a military asset since a baby, right? Like, the fact that he doesn't know how to emotionally deal with anything is forgotten, right? So I love that line where Halsey's like, look, I love John like a son, but he don't know how to handle anything, you know? Great, fantastic. Subtle dialogue, things like that make me just love the Halo story. Some games are not subtle enough. But yeah, if you're looking for quick kills on soldiers, I would say grab a suppressor and just use that. You could pop off three soldiers with one click armor with a suppressor.
I did not survive Illuvian just dying.
Well, let me ask you, Wardog, what is your, how are you feeling with Halo Infinite? Like,
Knight Commander,
give me your honest opinion.
I'm super excited, man. I feel like it's the version of Halo 3 that I actually wanted.
Okay.
That's kind of how I see it.
I can agree with that to an extent. A lot of people know me. I am not exactly a Halo 3 lover, so
Me neither.
I don't hate the game. Don't get me wrong. It's like pizza. When you hate pizza, you still love pizza. You just not as much as other.
Kinda heavy weapons cache.
Why do
It's the
civilians
same thing.
have
It's like
heavy
I love
weapons?
Halo 3,
Save
just
the
not as much
discussion
as I
of
like
frontier
the other Halo
politics
games.
until after the fight.
Yeah, I think it's a good combination of 3 and 5. It's basically just like, you know, what if we were to recreate Halo 3 in 2021 kind of thing.
Looks like we're all clear.
And, you
What
know,
I think the other thing that really helps sell it
We
is
just help, Governor.
Joseph saying
Your
coming
people
back
did a
and being
lot.
like, this is the game that we wanted Halo to be 20, but we didn't have the capabilities to do it. Hearing just that line alone, you're just like, okay, this is awesome. You know?
Gates are open.
yeah, I mean, for me, like, obviously the competitive side is the most important, and I think that's kind of, you know, in the flight, the 4v4 stuff is really where I had, like, most of my fun, to be honest.
Yeah. I did enjoy it. I will say, big team battles, I think, were always my favorite time. I'm not a big team battle guy, although, that being said, I did just talk about how I did mostly Wardog and ProAceJoker. Like, I really enjoyed the band. I think a large part of it is I've kind of dropped my slightly competitive nature when it comes to gaming in a lot of ways. So I don't care as much to do.
Governor, if you open the
I don't
bridge,
care as
Osiris
much
can
to
help
be
you
like
raise
super
stations.
hyper competitive. I mean, I still will be. I'm still gonna be going through those champ ranks and stuff like that. Infinite or whatever they have.
Then secure that bridge.
I realize my limits for hardcore games. I mean, invest in Split Nation. Why do you think I play campaign?
Yeah, but you play campaign in, like, the most competitive way possible.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean, though. I can't, you know, cut it as an actual pro gamer. So I'll just be the best campaign
Cross the
player.
bridge closer to town. There's others.
I got to be the best at something.
We can do that, sir.
All right, opening up.
Just to spite Duquesne, I'm gonna become the best Halo racer there ever was.
Soldiers can try.
That was awkward.
See, I don't agree necessarily with you, Fane, or agree with you, Fane, that we think Cortana should have been. Their gun doesn't overheat like our gun does. We might want to switch out. Hey, look, another Wardog. Convenient.
Convenient, yeah.
Could sure use your help. Well, they might just
Move!
Scorpion.
But you know, you saying that Cortana should have been dead and not brought back to life, that it cheapens her death. I agree to an extent that it maybe cheapens the emotional toll that Halo 4 had, but bro, I'm just saying once again. Oh, hold on, let's come back here. I got a better idea. Let's come back this way. This is what I mean by, like, there's a good story inside Halo 5. Making Cortana a bad guy, one of the best decisions Halo's made. I love it. It's so good. I know a lot of people might disagree with me there, but come on. It's not new. It's not a new concept of, like, taking a character everyone loves and turning them evil. That's a very common trend. But fucking amazing. Such a good choice to do for Halo. Making Cortana evil? Ooh. Because then it really plays with your emotional brain. But there's a lot of theories, once again, there's a lot of theories, people talking about how, like, Cortana we're going to see in Infinite is not the one that died. I think you're right. I don't think it's the one that died. I think there's a lot of theories that the Cortana that we're seeing in this game is not actually Cortana. But remember how she split herself into a bunch of rampant cores or whatever at the end of Halo 4? The concept is that one of those splits is the one who found the domain. Not the Cortana that we know and love, but a more angry, more militaristic version of Cortana.
I'd believe that.
What actually is. Yeah, and I think that's a decent theory. So, is that that's why she is the way she is in Halo 5, is because it's not our Cortana. It's a rampant part of our fleet. It's just a piece of her.
Don't see any more targets from here. Move out, weapons forward. Never know.
Spartans, you're close to Meridian Station now. If you could clear out the land between where you are and town.
Of course, Governor.
Wow. Pretty quick turnaround from get off my planet to, hey, can you help?
At least he's talking to us. That's a start.
I do have to say, design-wise, I think Vale is one of my favorite Spartans.
Vale? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love their armors, all of them. All of them look great.
Soldier got a piece of me. Get me in close.
I really wish I could mark. Oh, maybe I still can. Yeah. Maybe I still can.
Yo, yeah, Papa Tran, if we get Poncho Chief and Infinite, insta 10 out of 10. I'm in.
I could see that being like, I hope we actually get to visit. It looks very, you know, it's based on the Northwest, which is where I live, which I love.
Cyrus,
I
clear
can
the area
see
so
a
they
lot
can
of
open the
influence
gates.
there. But I think we'll honestly see a lot of, I think we're gonna see a lot of force in this initial. I hope, you know, they've already talked about how they're probably gonna do story. They will be doing story DLC to expand the game campaign. You know, I think it's gonna be a little Destiny-esque where we are gonna have the full story. We'll probably, spoiler, as in, obviously I don't know, but I just make the assumption. I'm sure we'll kill that front by the end of the game. I don't think that's something they're gonna save for, like, DLC or something. So, that's my assumption. Otherwise, that would be kind of a lackluster campaign. So, I hope we kill it. But, or maybe Chief dies. Chief dies later. But I think we're gonna get. I think that's what we're gonna see.
Are we gonna see Mendicant Bias?
I don't know. It's a good question. But you know, I think we could potentially see anything for DLC. I think they're gonna save a lot. I could absolutely see us going to like desert or snow biomes, save for like DLC stories.
Don't see any more targets from here.
I think it'd be amazing. I think it'd be great. So we're gonna see mostly forest for the initial, but then they'll expand the ring out for stories and we'll visit other parts of the ring.
This'll hold them off.
That'd be a cool
It's just
first.
right for them. It's right for that, right? Like, I mean, that just sounds like that's exactly what they should do.
Taking fire in the gunner suit. Nice one. Taking some hits. Let's get Crawler down. One down. Soldier down.
These guys just keep coming.
Still a few of those things out there, Spartans.
You guys, in speedrunning, you guys definitely skip this part, right? Like, there's no way.
We fight. I mean, we skipped
No
the
way.
entire beginning of this level. Yeah. All the fighting we did beforehand, we do. Oh, no, that's a lie. Actually, no, there's a crazy trick we do on this that involves basically we do this crazy speed strat. So the area we're in doesn't load. So the texture doesn't load and the ground doesn't load, right? So you can't actually stand in the area. And then we activate the enemy spawning, which is this crazy hard jump we have to do. And then we just have to wait. Because
Oh, and then they all
it is
fall?
actually, yeah, it spawns all the enemies, but they just fall to their death.
Oh, that's crazy. So
But beforehand, yeah, we did exactly what you were doing, where you just sat in the tank in the corner and we just shot. But we skipped all the way to that part from the beginning.
it's kind of like a despawn, but reverse.
Right. Yeah.
Tanaka, what kind of welcome can we expect this far out?
But yeah, that's something that I just learned to do recently. That trick, and it's actually really tough. It's a trick that shouldn't. It looks like it shouldn't be tough, but yeah, for whatever reason, it's tough.
We're a family here. Let's deal with this the family way. No, I want everyone to know we had some unexpected help.
Don't worry, I got this for us.
They're here in Meridian Station with my
What do you do?
and they saved the lives of many of our people. They'll be leaving
Getting a drink. You can hear. I like it when you hit it a bunch. I didn't realize Buck literally starts yelling at the machine. He's like,
All I
"Give me a
want is a drink. Give me my drink.
Understand?
Where's my
drink."
drink?
My drink. But hey, look. Hey, we got something for you now.
What?
This wasn't here before.
What's wrong with him?
Oh yeah, I've
He
seen
looks
this
broken.
before. Yeah.
Rampancy onset. Late stage from the looks. Probably sacrificing resolution for logic cycles.
I have welcomed you to my
Silver
home.
ball.
Do not be so rude as to make my health a point of
I'd never heard the
conversation.
dialogue line with
course,
Buck
Governor.
though. That he just yells at the vending machine.
Where's my drink?
Where's my drink?
Why so many Spartans here? Why now? I'm unaware of other UNSC agents in our midst, but you have done right by my people so far. Have your look, but make it quick. Governor Sloan, out.
So where do we start looking?
The best intel in a place like this comes from the people. Keep your ears open. Will you look at that?
I forget what I have to do, what we have to do here.
Bring it on.
We just have to
man.
talk. Again,
Let's
I already
see
talked to them, so they're just gonna talk, and then we head over to the other side and talk to the other people. Technically, we can do it right now. I was just gonna let it play out so you can hear a little bit. But yeah, you can activate both of them at the same time. Have them both going.
I heard we got hit here and hopped
This guy's like dissecting a Promethean.
UNSC swooping down to take our claim. I'll tell you what, our folks at Apogee are plenty strong. Don't think you vultures can pick the bone so fast.
Wait, what do you say? Apogee? I think that's our location.
Pound glass, UNSC.
See, those are one of those dialogues. It's like Apogee. I think that's our location. It's like, okay, what? So what does that?
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm aware.
Sounds like it was
Great,
a
we're in
UNSC
Apogee. Why is this a surprise?
So Apogee came under attack, and then a UNSC ship was seen heading that
Is there
way.
anything cool up here?
Find a network terminal. I wanna
Oh,
know
there's
more
like
about
data
Apogee
pads and stuff
Station.
hidden all over the
Artemis
place.
ought to be able to
Yeah, I
track
think I
that
have all the
network
data pads
terminal.
from here.
Ping
I
it.
just don't know
If you hit down on the D-pad, it should tell you. I mean, when you're not on.
Yeah, it says 8 out of 8 already.
Meridian didn't get it too bad. They hit the humans so hard, sure. The plasma bombardment boiled some of the oceans off,
Your
but
people saw
there was enough
UNSC ship
atmosphere
out
to
near
hold
the
some steam
station.
in. Goes in a rush job, and the planet survived.
Why are you people all over my planet?
With your permission, we'd like to go ask them ourselves.
There's a cargo Pelican on the Meridian Station landing pad. It'll get you out to Apogee the quickest.
We appreciate it, Governor.
I'm sure you do.
Still have space in crate 3. What'd you do with the biopack seed containers?
Board the Pelican.
Boarding the Pelican.
I like how I just call it out and it ends the mission. Boarding the Pelican.
Yeah. There's a lot, dude. There's a lot of dialogue that I forget because we usually activate all those dialogues so fast that a lot of it gets lost. I didn't even remember all the conversation with Sloan there, where he's like, "Why are you guys poking around? What's going on here? Oh, by the way, take our Pelican." We don't
Yeah,
hear anything.
he asked us why are we poking around when he just said in the conversation before that we were free to have a look around.
Be
Right.
surprised if they weren't. Sloan's
See,
already
those are the situations where I'm like, okay, well, there are some issues with this game.
Why are you poking around? Because you said to.
No offense taken. We'll find our targets and be out of your way shortly.
Don't worry, I'll get us up there.
Sorry, chat. I'm just doing random things, trying to find new speedrunning tricks.
I missed my. Hey, you got a guy right next to you.
Not for long. Get ground pounded, idiot.
Oh boy.
Alright, speedrun strat time. Switching to a suppressor.
Going into this. What's the profit?
Sure your mom was signal intelligence? You sound like a banker's daughter.
Oh, we already missed. I missed my jump up to do the quote-unquote speedrun.
It has land rights to
We
the
skipped
entire
this whole
planet.
area.
It's the long
You don't
con
need to fight
for
these
today.
Again, it's been a long time since I've done the whole let's kill everything and then move forward. It's the normal way you play a Halo game. It's the, not necessarily intended way, but it's definitely how most people play. It's funny doing it. I forget how many enemies are sometimes in these areas.
Area clear.
Let's move on.
Oh,
See
there's
if we
a
can
saw
find any
here.
signs of blue team.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Is there a way left here? I guess not. Why are the AI following me in the random corners? Shouldn't you know that this isn't the way to go?
Prometheus swarming the Prowler.
So, if we actually wait a second, here's another thing a lot of people don't know. So the Watchers, the Knights, they spawn Watchers, right?
Right.
When they spawn Watchers, they actually open their face up, so you can get a one-shot on them, right, when they do it. It's tough, though, because they lower their heads, so you have to get this weird angle on their head to do it.
Reinforcements, look sharp.
And another thing, one thing that is funny, so there are strats that, like, competitive gamers pick up on that we actually, as speedrunners, have been doing for a long time. Do you remember how, you know the scatter shot? Like, how do you use the scatter shot when playing competitive?
Bounce it off the floor.
Right. And do you reload it constantly, or do you keep it at one shell?
I don't know. I don't really use it like very often, but like
No.
when I reload it like from the bottom of the clip, I don't reload it all the way.
Yes. So, it's one of those things, once again, a lot of people don't realize, you actually shoot faster if you only keep one shell in. So, reloading it, like doing the full reload, is actually quicker than shooting it individually. So, like, here, I'll show you right now, like, I can show you, this is what a fully loaded scattershot fires. I'm just gonna fire as fast as I can. And then now here's it reloading. It's actually faster to reload every shot and shoot by about 20%, or probably like 15% than it is to go from a fully loaded scatter shot.
Yeah.
And then same thing, bouncing off the floor. We were using that shit in speedruns before the competitive people were doing it. I think it was actually one of the competitive people did it because he watched a speedrun of Halo 5 and realized that it actually you know, locks onto other players and stuff like that. So the bullets like condense after you bounce off.
Yeah, to get them all in like a tight grouping. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It leads down inside the
Here's a rocket. You want a rocket launcher?
I have Nornfang right now,
Outside to the mines.
Yeah, lame Nornfang.
Governor Sloan,
so I'm chilling.
we're looking for access to the mine near our position.
You think the soldier you're chasing is down there? Not likely.
I'm asking politely for access to your facility,
Governor.
Opening the door for you now. Watch yourselves down there.
Let's go! If I survive this, I'm going to hazard. Stand back! Snipers perched ahead!
The Prometheans have this entrance bottled up.
It's disgraceful that Nornfang is not cool multiplayer Nornfang.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought you were saying. Like, yeah, they don't have doesn't have MLG overpowered one shot. And I think once again, I actually think that was kind of something that was cut, was having those like having overshields and stuff like that was actually cut from the campaign. So you can't get damage boost is the only reason. Because that's the only difference. Is that, or well, I guess it also has an exploding shot, but.
Yeah, it has an AOE.
This area is secured. Governor Sloan, there's a door blocking our way at this location.
Opening now, Spartan.
I pinged a railgun for someone.
Don't see any signs of blue team engaged in combat through here.
Think they found another entrance?
My money's on the Prometheans never engaging.
Is there an ammo box out here?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, there might be some
Making
inside
sense
the
and being
building.
in fact aren't always the same thing.
Show me your ammo box. Oh, right here, weapon rack. Oh wait,
Don't worry, Dad. I'm coming to meet you.
All right, I
I'm
believe
here.
you.
I'm with you. Do you
Yeah,
see me?
yeah, you're just on top of the tunnel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see your feet poking through.
Oh, well, now that you spawned in, I don't actually think you can get back into the match. You can, wait, hold on, you can just see my feet?
Yeah, yeah, I just saw your
Watch your
feet
heads.
poking through.
Woo, ow. I actually don't know what weapons are like hidden in this area. I think I know where a few of them are, but once again, another area that we can do a little exploring.
They hide like cowards.
So this is a good time. How did we meet, Wardog? Let's talk about our history.
Oh, that's a good question. Was it just PAX?
I think it was just PAX, honest to God. I think we knew each other from Twitter and stuff like that. And we, you know, we knew people from like Ready Up Live and all that stuff. And I think we ended up meeting at just a PAX party. I think it was a Reaper barbecue.
Bringing more Prometheans.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's probably the way I've met like a a large percentage of the people I know now.
The Halo people. That's what. If you're a Halo person and you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I want to meet content creators and I want to meet like how do I become friends with Halo people? I need
Go to
Halo
PAX.
friends. Go to conventions. Straight up. And that's the case with anything. If you're just a streamer or anything like that, content creator in general, you just have to be Halo. But anything. Like seriously, it sounds weird, but I think the best way to actually truly be connected with people is with especially PAX West.
Yeah, PAX West specifically is what I was gonna say.
For
Yeah.
Halo, because we've got secret barbecues that aren't that secret anymore that happen. That are literally just all Halo people. Now it's a bunch of mixed industry people. Because Rukari is a G.
And not to mention, literally like where PAX West is the home of 343.
Right. Yeah.
So
Well,
literally-
I know they hate it. I know 343 hates it when we do it, but they have the one day that once again it used to be a secret day. It's no longer secret. Is the community day that they do at 343, which is they bring in anyone who's at PAX. They bring in a bunch of content creators and stuff like that. Chat with them and potentially see secret things early and all that stuff is what happens.
More Prometheans inbound.
That happens every PAX, and really the only way you gotta know people to get into it, right? It's just like you gotta meet people. This is why you go to those conventions to weasel your way in. That's what this man did. That's what Wardog did. He weaseled his way.
Hey man, I just showed up one year and I was just like, I'm here to just be along for the ride.
Yeah,
And I just followed wherever the road took me.
Right. I think the first time, as I said, I think I remember meeting these. I think it was the first. I remember that party, the very first Ruger barbecue I went to, because I did meet a lot of people. First time I had met like Green Skull. First time I had met Eric Hewitt, Ghosty Ami, and I became buddies with him. And I'm a big Ghost fan. He was my favorite pro back in the day.
He is the reason I started playing competitive.
Yeah, I was so nervous to meet him, and then Naked Eli introduced me as I was just introducing myself as Joker, and then he's the one, while he was standing, he's like, hey, this guy's been wanting to meet you all day, his name's ProAceJoker. And that's when Ghost was like, "Oh, dude, you're ProAceJoker. I'm a big fan of your speedruns."
Similar design.
And that
monitor.
was the craziest moment to me ever. I was like, "That's not how this interaction is supposed to work."
Look at all of this.
Record everything.
I actually remember your reaction. Even that. I think that was the exact reaction. Was that too? Was that because I was introducing myself as Joker, nobody really knew who that was.
Governor?
But they knew ProAceJoker, and I think once that Naked Eli said, people were like, even Dan was like, "Oh, you're ProAceJoker. Okay, I know who you are now."
What the hell?
Knocker.
Just realized.
Yeah, Naked Eli actually was the person who first introduced me to Ninja. I'd like played against Ninja in a few tournaments, and like he had introduced me at Halo 4 Global Champs to him, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, we've played a few times in the tournament." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I've never beat you before. Maybe one day."
Yeah, dude. Ninja was good. He was my favorite Reach pro, honestly. Like.
Yeah, he was better than me, for sure.
It's good to see. It's amazing to see a Halo person be as big as he is now.
I mean, honestly, who else is gonna do it? If somebody told me like 10 years ago, like, yo, there's gonna be a gamer who's on that level, I would have been like, yeah, he's gonna come from Halo.
He's gonna come from Halo. Yeah, it's hard to imagine what else they would come from. It's true.
Well, let's go find out. We're sitting ducks here.
Halo has such an interesting place in just gaming mythology, almost, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you think about it from a competitive stance, it just like makes sense because all the fundamentals of basically every competitive shooter exists and is amplified in Halo's gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, MLG was created for Halo, right? Not exactly, but it was one of the opening things that MLG ran was Halo.
I stand in service to Cortana.
I love this man. He's so great.
The other humans are approved for passage. Regretfully, you are not.
That sounds like a threat.
Vacate this shelter now.
Yep. That was a threat, all right.
Why doesn't he just keep spamming that move? It seems really good.
He does. You're speed running.
Something new.
He definitely does.
You are this. Leave now and be spared.
Alright, I killed him.
Easy.
He said he served Cortana.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Another quake. Bad news. Should get moving.
The Warden was protecting whatever lies beyond those doors.
He called it the Guardian.
Cortana is connected to this Guardian somehow, and that makes it the Master Chief's most likely target. We find it, we find him. Let's go.
Don't do it. No!
The Warden said Cortana was calling them to her. She's not here.
Oh, they built him big, didn't they? Figure that's the Guardian?
Can't get much by a buck.
Ha.
See, all of a sudden, bad dialogue, man.
Up here. Contact.
This scene could have been so much better too.
Move! Contain!
I do love these little teleportation pads. They're awesome.
Yeah, the running joke in when I was doing this series and I did Halo 4 was how many random buttons do you press in that campaign, and how many teleporters that you have no idea where they go do you just jump into?
you're just like, ah, it's fine. It'll work out just fine.
Like, this opened right in front of me. It must be for me.
Stay where you are.
They need to
117,
save this fight.
stand
They
down.
did this fight way too early on.
Sir, you
No,
are
it just
absent
needs to
without
happen
leave.
again,
This is
but
your
like with
one
higher
chance to come
stakes
home
later.
peacefully.
Yeah, that too. Either one of those would have worked.
Blue team, stand down.
I have a job to do.
Cortana's our concern now, sir.
Like hell she is.
Man, see, not a good line. I think they also need to be a little bit more sped up for this. You know, they fight really slow compared to the opening cutscene that they have, where they're just ripping through enemies left and right. This fight seems really slow. You know?
Yeah, there's that one little move that Locke does when he's getting up just there, where he like uses his thruster pack a little bit to like close the gap. Like they need to be doing that shit, but
All
like
the time.
more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, there's got to be a point where, like, one of them has, like, their back turned to the other one, and the guy's gonna hit him in the back, and he, like, uses his thrusters to, like, blind him or something, or, like, you know, like, space him back a little bit.
Yeah, the choreography could have been just better in this. Like, it's just such an underwhelming fight scene, you know, from what it could have been. I don't mind the no-word walk-away, though. That one was... Although I would have liked a John Wick, I'll see you later, or something like that, you know?
Damn it.
I think a lot of people's disappointment is just that, like, there was no consequences. Like, the only thing that was consequential of that fight was, like, now Chief's visor is broken.
Yeah.
Don't like the looks of this.
Here we go, let's randomly jump through teleporters and hope it works.
We can get out how they got in.
Go, run.
Hopefully this teleporter takes us to the teleporter that's close
Hopefully
to the
it doesn't
teleporter
just
we want to
teleport
go
us
to.
right into lava.
That was a really cool little moment there when
Yeah.
they're like trying to hold their balance and they're using the thruster to like keep themselves up.
Yeah. Again, we just need more of that just throughout the game, you know? I think,
Oh, hell.
I said run.
classic Clock fashion.
Oh, I'm blind.
I do think Halo 5 has the
We're on the surface?
Oh, you were hearing about the Easter egg on this that they just found? I think
Nope.
Duquesne was Duquesne who found it?
The Guardian!
No.
There's an Easter egg that was hidden until that was found just like a few months
We
ago.
need to get airborne.
That was basically if you just right at the start of the match, if you just run back and you just hang out by this doorway for like a minute and 17 seconds,
Our
I think.
Pelican is on the space elevator. We could
Or
use
is it
that.
117? Maybe it's 117 seconds.
Guardians.
It creates it's 4-player. You have to do 4-player. It creates a Mario Kart
I think it's the first one Cortana
little mini game
activated
mode
on
throughout
purpose.
this whole driving section. That you
Oh,
get in
fun.
Karts and stuff like that. So, yeah. Drive.
Ready when you are.
No, I think, you know, Guardians, when we get to that point, it's later on in the game, but when we get to that point where we're jumping down the side of Guardian, easily one of the most epic gameplay sequences. Love the scale of it.
We're taking damage.
This is Governor Sloan, broadcasting on all frequencies. People, if you are still planetside, make your way to the space elevator right now. Final shuttles are departing soon, with or without you.
Get him. Get him.
Shuttle Bravo 3 left for takeoff.
Oh, oh.
Watch it, they're on your tail.
Speed scratch time. This is... I used to love this level. This used to be my favorite level to speedrun because I think it's a level that emphasizes Halo 5 movement that you can't do in other games, especially at the ending. So it's a great showcase of like Halo 5, the difference between Halo 5 and other Halo games. But it is now my least favorite game. I hate this mission with attack. This section, it's just this one little section right here on Legendary.
Got too many people taking refuge inside. They'd be slaughtered.
There you go. Now you can shoot
Cyrus,
your heart's
clear the area so they can open those doors.
You're not supposed to have vehicles. They tried to block you.
I was just also bringing this up with somebody else. I was like, you know, you'd think after like all the years of making Halo games and all the speed runs that they must have seen, that if there was really places they didn't want you to get vehicles into, that they'd like really do what they can to block off those areas.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know, if you didn't want us to get a Warthog in here, make it so that there's a whole wall that's blocking the area rather than just that little pile of rocks.
Even that. All right. See if you want, you can get, you can ping this. Just ping the other two to get inside.
Take that Wardog.
Copy on the Warthog. Moving out. Ready to move. Let's move. A grenade should flush them out. Going on foot. Jumping out of the
I just got him out of the vehicle because I need someone to come get me real quick.
I'm coming.
Let's see how quickly they do it.
As quickly as me.
You could have gone faster if you optimize your movement.
Yeah, you're right. It was bad use of thruster pack.
Alright, but yeah, just ping the Wardog and have them get in that. We'll clear out the other enemies.
Oh, they're just doing it themselves.
Yeah, that thing is super useful for the next section. We can actually get that into the next section.
Heard you were coming.
Wow, and they're just like sniping the enemies on spawn. That's crazy.
What's taking so long?
Oh, do you wanna? All right, you will need to actually get in the Warthog and drive into the next area.
Okay.
These doors until the base is clear.
Otherwise, they just will get out of it.
We get to stop being polite with him real soon here, right?
Okay, I have it.
Take that position.
Josh turret.
Spartans, your tenacity outstrips even my own.
When did Cortana tell you about the Guardian?
You're good. She gave me fair warning, true enough.
And if you ping each enemy, Vale will just immediately snipe the shit out of it. So.
A change is gonna come. For all of us, human and created alike. She's bringing a new
Dude, I'm so ready for just Halo Infinite story and just everything and just... Seeing some of those cutscenes, seeing Chief get thrown across the sky and break through the trees and stuff, whatever the Harbinger was.
Weapons free.
Yeah, Papa Tran, that's what Joker was talking about earlier with the standing by the wall for 117 seconds on 4-player or whatever.
Yeah.
You get a little race.
Again, no one knew about it until they do that a lot. A lot of game devs like they put in those Easter eggs, but no one finds it. Arkham Asylum was a good example. There was that one Easter egg that was just they kept trying to hint at for 4 years or something.
Area's clear. Tanaka, how do we get?
And it was because you literally had to literally put on that explosive gel on a random wall in the asylum. And it's a wall that doesn't, it doesn't look like you're supposed to be able to break through it. So, it wasn't the greatest of ideas.
Got it.
But it was like, what, you expect them to literally glue every single wall.
We know Cortana contacted. Is she on the Guardian too?
Master Chief seemed to think so.
Sometimes they hide the Halo 3
We'll find out once we're
ring jumping skull. We were talking about it yesterday. I was talking about it because I pulled up the Halo scripts. For those who don't know, scripting is the language that games use to basically interpret how the game plays out. It's not the actual coding of the game. It's just the sequences in how the game actually creates them, I guess. It's the sequences that activate the code that it needs to access. The order that they activate. And it's basically a bunch of if checks and stuff like that. It's like, oh, if Master Chief has killed all the enemies, activate this cutscene, right? Basically, we have those. Somebody's broken into all the Halo games and gotten every single one of those for us. And we utilize that to find tricks and stuff in speedrunning. But that was how people initially found the skull in Halo 3 and the IWA and BYD for jumping through the Halo rings on Covenant. And apparently Marty O'Donnell, which, man, he's been going through some shit. He actually, there was music cues. He had apparently hidden. He was a little upset that people just broke into the code of the game because they couldn't figure it out. Because he actually hid hidden music cues throughout the game to actually identify which ones were supposed to jump
as many times as we have to.
There was like a complex little solution to do it, but so he went on in an interview and explained.
I imagine you guys probably skipped this whole section in speedrunning, right?
No, this is why I hate this game.
No, it's just like an auto scroller that you have to sit through.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
there
sucks.
is. I think there's a way to do it in co-op maybe where we launch ourselves up. There's like a soft way. I don't know. It's complicated. I can't remember the exact way, but yeah, I mean that's why we use the Wardog. What we're doing, we do use that for the speed, or at least I do. I think co-op.
Can anyone hear me?
You just have you run around and you just have your teammates hop in the game. AI hop in there and do all the work for you.
Please. Is there anyone left here but me?
Wait, I don't have to be in the Warhog anymore?
You don't have to be if you don't want. I mean, I've been jumping around shooting. So yeah, you can just ping that for
Tanaka, get in there.
Yeah. You just had to get it into the area. And then after that, you can ping over here.
Watch out! More Prometheans!
Where is that knight?
What?
Now we're dead.
So am I. That was crazy. I think one spawned like right behind me and backsmacked me.
Yeah, there's 3 that spawn on each side of that. Did you die already? Oh no, did he? Wait.
I think so.
Alright. Make sure you, when you do go down, if you press B, you slow your bleed out time. Like, request assistance or whatever.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
I don't know how you bled out so quick.
I don't know, dude. Do enemies go and like finish downed people?
No, I mean you can't die like if a Promethean nade hit you, or you got hit by an instant cannon afterwards, or stuck by a nade.
There's that Guardian song again.
They don't purposely try to do that.
Maybe a signal of some kind. Building up to
Usually
something.
it's like your teammate is next to you, or Promethean cannon gets shot at them. Alright, you go stand right, you stay right there. I'll go this way.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's going on.
Ow.
It just stopped.
Take cover!
Everyone all right?
So this is where, like, for me, this is my favorite area, because this is where all the speed content comes out. Like, you climb all the way up here.
If it's gonna fall, it won't be because Spartans are using it as a jump run.
Damn, I just found like a sick jump up and I was like, man, I'm going real fast, and then you're already up here.
Yeah, dude. Well, this is why. This whole section is like my favorite. It's just one of my favorites. Yeah, I think it's a true showcase of Halo 5's movement potential.
I didn't make that sick jump that you just made.
Think this thing might fall after all.
To help with, I'm calling
Oh, I got shot!
We'll risk
Okay.
autopilot.
Did you wait that?
I was trying to stabilize to make that jump a second time, and somebody shot me, and I fell like halfway down the tower.
It teleported you. It's a little glitch here, a little thing. If you actually hug this wall, those pulses don't get you.
almost like a countdown.
What happens?
Weird.
I don't want to find out. Get to the
Just run
pelican.
all the way to the end.
Everyone.
You can actually get to the actual pelican. Skips all that whole sequence.
Weird.
We use that in a few areas.
See, those are the little tricks. Those are the little tricks that I like to learn.
Yeah. They're just little time savers that you don't have to deal with weird things. But you can do it on pretty much all those St. Helios. The one that they had in that gameplay during their way back when. You can skip all those. Oh shit! Is this Halo Infinite?
Hey.
I'm on it.
Dude, that cutscene really was that gameplay trailer we saw of Chief jumping off the building or whatever.
Yeah.
God, it was so See, they just need to extend that a little bit, you know? Make it longer, have them dodging more debris, things like that.
There have been 5 more events following Meridian. It's 11 colonies. I need a means to stop this now.
The Warden confirmed Dr. Halsey's theory. Cortana is activating the Guardians.
But not this one. Not yet. Sanion. A pre-Covenant religious site on San Helios.
It's a Guardian on the elite homeworld?
If we can get a team on the ground, we can access that Guardian.
San Helios is off limits. Brass wants nothing to do with the Arbiter's war.
That's because they haven't heard my great idea. That noise is an encoded numerical pattern. Paired quantum phase sets. Slip space coordinates for a Forerunner map.
If Locke's team could feed the Guardian the coordinates recorded on Meridian, it would take them to the same place Cortana took Master Chief. Tom, we can stop this.
But
Don't call me
Tom.
Tom.
To San Helios.
Yeah, I know.
I'll make arrangements.
Yeah, see, everyone's getting court-martialed now. Everybody.
It's powers and number. They can't court-martial us all.
Alright, I like Kelly, man. I like Fred. I want to do Fred or Linda, but Kelly's got the MLG perks, man. She's got 3 perks. She's got faster, she's got upgraded health, so her shields last longer, do her take more damage, dexterity, and mobility. Like, she's got 3 armor mods. Everyone else
she's
only
OP.
has 2. Oh, for sure.
There's another
Definitely
one.
needs a nerf.
What's Cortana up to, Chief? Why'd she bring us here?
Let's keep moving.
Such a Master Chief move. Such a John move, you know what I mean? Huh. Huh.
Where are we?
No
Where are you going?
traffic on any band.
Nowhere.
No long-range
Okay.
uplinks at all. Long way from nowhere, then.
We're brought to this location for a
I
reason.
messed up the jump.
Search ahead.
Console lit up as I
Okay.
approached.
Wait, what jump?
What jump? Huh?
What was that? It came from the console.
Another area we can
Years
skip
has
all
it been
this
since we
whole
used that
little
signal?
thing here. We can skip a lot. I'm just saying we skip like most of the Halo games we skip like 90% of the content. It's great.
Cortana, do you read?
She don't read.
No response. What is this place? Forerunner planet. Beyond that, who knows?
Wherever we are, Cortana brought us here.
Thanks, Linda.
She's
We
out
couldn't
there
tell
somewhere.
that.
Chief, back on Meridian. There was a lot of destruction. There were civilians.
I know.
She may not have known what would happen. And if she did,
We'll learn what's going on once we find her.
this place is incredible.
Gives me the creeps.
Bio readings are unlike anything we've previously recorded. There's a formalness and precision to it all. It seems artificial, but still organic. Halsey would have already started taking samples.
She'd have probably figured out the exact coordinates of this planet by
He
now.
already has.
Accessing that console activated that large structure. Given the signal we heard, you think she's over there?
Possible.
You get the singing grunt.
Sounds like an elite. What the hell are the Covenant doing here?
Ready up, Legion.
You wanna come listen to the singing grunt? He's got a beautiful voice.
Okay.
Oh, is he done singing already? That's a shame.
Well.
I forgot that he has an actual interaction where you just straight up kick him.
Yeah, it's a punt interaction.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
shit.
curious. I never worked with an AI before. Not like you did with Cortana, at least. What's it like? Her voice in your head all of the time?
It's unique.
Care to elaborate?
No.
See, that's when you're like, alright. I mean, yeah, that's very much the Master Chief move, but also, come on, that's just lazy writing. You want to explain a little bit more of the story?
On me.
No. Just no. Yo, yeah, you just straight up got murdered there.
I caught a plasma grenade.
Yeah.
They seem confused. I don't think they've been here long.
I literally thrusted right into it.
I think I gotta wait a few seconds.
Yeah, I have 15 seconds.
More hostiles. Ready up.
Is that Master Chief talking from the dead? He just got blown up by a plasma grenade.
He did.
Now he's back! Crazy!
Buddy, out. Sniper of my own. Buddha born in heaven. That's the worst Tarkov objective.
Oh,
You
you're
ever
right.
play Tarkov?
I did. I played it for about 2 weeks, and then I was like, you know what? This is not for me.
It's not for a lot of people. I love that game. Carbine if you want, I don't know if you want it. Yeah, dude, I freaking love Tarkov. It's exactly my kind of game. Hardcore, punishing beyond measure, just brutal. Not too, you know, not a little more slower paced at times. It's all good. Love it. I mean, that game is designed for the 1% of the 10% of hardcore gamers that are just masochists. So, like, everything is ripped away from them every time.
Yeah, to me, it just felt like, you know, there are decisions that are made with that game that they're just like, yo, let's do this because it's just going to make it harder.
Yeah, they've done a lot of things recently that helped it a little bit. Like, they added this thing called scav reputation. So, scav, the AI characters you can play as.
Yeah.
They made it so that if you play as another scav, if you kill other players or other scavs, you lose reputation, which actually hurts your like cooldown timer for new ones, hurts what kind of loot you'll get worse items spawning with them, things like that. So
Oh wait, so it was never intended for you to like be a scav and also kill other scavs?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was initially, but I think they decided they wanted to try and get a few newer players into the game, and that was just, especially if you're late to the game, right? Like, that is very much a game that, right at the start, it's not terrible. But once everyone has, like, all the best gear in the game and everything, you just don't stand a chance. And playing as another scav, a lot of players had a hard time knowing the difference, right? Like, they couldn't tell the difference between another player and
Yep, that was me, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I guess it was. It was just a way to punish players who were like trying to play nice, right? There's two. Oh my god. What the? Where'd that name?
I'm up.
It was a way to punish players for being the jerks of the game, I guess, right?
Let's go, Kelly.
Like there were some players who tried to play nice, where you know when you play as a scab and you don't kill other scabs, the AI don't turn against you, right?
Right.
So they made that as an option of like, there were some players who just killed everything. They didn't care, they just shot first, asked questions later. And that was really annoying for people who were like, hey, I'm trying to play it, and I'm trying to look around, and I'm not getting the enemies to turn against me. So why am I getting punished that I don't want the enemies to turn against me? But anytime I try and do anything, I just get my head blown off because there's the guy who just doesn't give a shit. So they just tried to make it a little bit more punishing for players to
Area clear. Move
be
up.
meaner.
The shield lowered when the last of the Covenant dropped.
That was kind of the option.
Like
They
someone
didn't.
tried
They
to
wanted it to be an actual choice if you wanted to go in guns a-blazing or go a little slower and just play nice. But the way that the game was designed, it really didn't give you a choice. It was basically kill everything in sight, otherwise you'll get shot in the head instead. So.
The signal again. Activate the console.
Seems like we're supposed to.
Ollie, Oxenfree.
Again, we're just pressing random buttons.
Pressing buttons. We don't know what they're gonna do. We just assume it's an elevator, I guess.
It's a bold assumption.
Although, I mean, I will say Cortana's leading us. She's making noises.
Chief, what's happening to that building when we use these consoles?
Yeah, that was a Cortana noise for sure.
Too bad the Forerunners didn't think.
Classic Cortana noise.
If that signal is Cortana.
Yeah, they're explaining it right now. See,
She hasn't proven the most reliable guide recently.
We keep going.
Literally, they just said what we were talking about. It's like, how do you know how to work these consoles? He's like, I don't know. You know, it's like, Status 4 isn't even manual. Like,
We're the reclaimers. We just know how to do it.
Do it. But they said, it's like, oh, Cortana's leading us. That's why.
It's another one of those.
Yo, Cortana, hit the bridge!
Have the Covenant been coming through? Stands to reason. Any ships caught in the slip space bubble would be pulled through. We're definitely being led somewhere.
Bye.
Come on, hey, there I am.
You just jetpacked back up. Caught your weapons midair. Oh, my camera's frozen.
Look.
Did your camera freeze? Nice.
Yeah, I don't know why. Or when. Or how. Or any of this.
What camera do you use?
A C920. It's towards the end of its life. I need to get a new one.
Yeah. I recently got the Elgato face cam. That's a big problem with it, is it freezes all the time. And I think it's just a problem with my PC. I have too many things plugged in, but they just didn't optimize the power on it, which is really aggravating. God damn. Once again, horror game all of a sudden.
There we go, chat. I fixed it. I just hadn't looked at chat in a while and didn't notice that my camera was frozen. I wonder how long it had been frozen. Couldn't have been that long.
Identify yourself.
Just shoot him.
I am the Warden Eternal. I stand in defense of Cortana.
She called me to her.
And you came scampering. She knows your forgotten name. Who you were before you were 117.
So do a lot of people.
Do you find it odd your trusted companion should keep so much to herself?
Take me to Cortana.
Not just yet. Come. Let us talk
have a good cutscene. That right there, where he's like, bro, I gotta figure out who you are. I love it.
You answered her call. Why? What do you intend when you reach her? Shall I begin? When you see her, you intend
That
to.
dialogue line, horrible.
I've come to bring her home.
If you understood what she has become, you would not speak of such juvenile concepts as hope.
Yeah, that wasn't the best piece of writing I've ever heard in my life.
Didact's like, hey, all of a sudden you're a toddler. Let me help you. That's where like that's what I mean is like the actual in level, the cutscenes are great. The in level dialogue, struggle. Ambush. Yes.
All clear.
Your trust in one another is an innocent folly, but one which darkens her true promise.
Where is she?
I shall spare her the inevitable suffering of your betrayal and end you now.
The addition of like the breakable walls revealing different paths in the level was really cool.
Love it. Oh, yeah, I thought it was great.
Remains forever beyond your grasp.
Let's go, Kelly.
I'm good.
We should keep moving.
What?
I'm down. Give me a hand.
Oh no, this guy just teleported behind me and just nailed me with one of those turrets.
I've got the cheese.
Back in it.
I'm on the top.
Let's see if I can get a.
Yo, Doinker, what's up, man? Yeah, happy early Halloween.
Your battle fought and done.
Oh, you're just booking it?
No, I'm gonna have to do something particular, but it worked. I needed a sword for it because ever since when they update the campaign, so Halo 5 is a unique game that a lot of the speedrunners actually play on the unpatched version of the game. So they basically have to have a hard copy of the game so that it does not. And they do that a few times, like Halo 2 is good example of that, stuff like that. But like, it was sadly they made some changes to the campaign, like taking away like super sliding. Remember that era of
Yep.
competitive? They took that out, which severely hurt it wherever they could. And I don't really blame 3 for 3 much. I mean, they're trying to fix a problem that the game has. And, they gotta get over it. So. But yeah, so one of the things they did is they actually added a move. When the initial build of the game, the Warden had a move that he wasn't using.
Interesting.
Yeah, for whatever reason, he just wasn't doing his like 4th attack. So they added it back in and changed how he actually interacts with people. So certain things like we use him to actually launch us across the map and stuff. That is actually harder to do because
Because it's just like a little bit more unpredictable now?
yeah, it's just harder to get good RNG. It's just more unlikely to happen. So. Hope they keep fun glitches. I mean, they try and they really do. Like when it comes to fun glitches and stuff, most of the time 343 really does try to leave it in. they like fun glitches as much as we do. It's the fact is, the problem is they're also trying to create an esports game, a game that people literally have they're living off of and have money off of. And when you have something like that, you can't have glitches that create an unfair or just isn't good for a balanced system, right? Like everyone's joking about the crazy melee that they got, right? The full auto melee that you basically have in Infinite. As fun as that is, it's something that's definitely going to get removed because it just it defeats the purpose of balancing melee. It completely gets rid of. It just creates an overpowered attack. So
right,
they have to. It's the only way
By accessing
to make the game more fair.
The big building putting on a light show.
But sword flying is the same thing. They can't have sword flying. They can have sword flying in campaign. That was the same thing with Halo 2. They didn't care about sword flying being in campaign. It was the problem that people were doing in multiplayer, is being abused.
It'll be easier when we're face to face.
And they can't have that.
The cure for rampancy, I've found, means AIs can be immortal. That kind of lifespan allows for long-term planning, just like the Forerunners were capable of. AIs can assume the Forerunner's mantle of responsibility.
I hope they don't have
once
any
there is
button
peace,
combos with sword flying.
we can focus on poverty, hunger, illness. But Warden,
I like button combos, but I just wish that like we could embrace them enough to that so that like they were intended.
Right, and that's the problem.
Clear the mantle of responsibility was an imperial piece. Step out of line and suffer.
It won't be like that, John.
I get it a little bit to an extent, but again, I think one of the problems is like some people don't. If they just made it like imagine button combos were just one button, then sure. But I think a lot of it has to do with it. It's inaccessible. Let's go.
No, I didn't just fly into the wall on accident.
Nice flying. You're starting to get the hang of this.
I'll see you later.
Wait, did you just fly into the wall?
Bye. I'll peek out for you.
I just left that room. There was a lot of turrets.
The exit is just ahead.
Is that where the gateway is?
Yes, almost there.
Oh no.
There it is.
I despawned
The gateway
myself.
to the Forerunner domain.
It's all up to you.
You'll be the first
I'm
organics
just
to enter
staring at
since the
it.
fall of the Forerunners. I admit.
Oh, well.
After the crash here,
Okay.
I didn't think I'd see you again.
I'm here now.
I made it.
Oh, you wanna? Yeah. Oh yeah. When we get to Guardians, man, I'm gonna show you crazy. Oh, what is that? All for one. It got an achievement. Every co-op mission on heroic. I guess I had never done that mission on heroic. Well, alrighty. Co-op at least, or I had never done that mission co-op, I should say. Yeah, there's a few co-op achievements I still need. Actually, what do I need to do? I gotta do. Oh, we had to assassinate 2 elites. Team up on punch, confirm, kill 30 enemies. We actually almost did that. I just realized. We didn't.
You loading up, Commander?
Unconfirmed.
We're gonna see if Halsey can learn to speak Guardian.
You were in the tank.
I'll have a briefing for you by the time we reach San Helios.
See you planetside.
Swords of San Helios for both mantises?
So, you wrote a target dossier on the Arbiter when you were with Oni.
I got a
That was 6 years ago. What's your point?
You recommended assassinating him.
After we killed millions of our people,
So why didn't you?
things changed.
Look who it is.
engaged in combat. We will escort you to him.
Locke. Planet's deep in civil war. If this all goes sideways...
I understand, sir. It's not my first mission that doesn't exist.
Good luck, Spartan.
I like how the elites are like complete opposite thinking in their civil war. It's like, you know, like in our wars, we like try to protect our leaders, and like for them it's like, you know, oh no, the Arbiter's like kicking some ass right now, so like I'm here as your escort because the Arbiter's kicking ass.
Right? I mean, it used to be an honor thing of like, captain goes down the ship, almost mentality of our whole, you know, ancient wars, right? Is that the king or whatever would lead everyone into battle.
Yeah, but then it kind of evolved to like, you know, the battle's going on and the king is kind of like on a horse, like on the hill overlooking the battle. Right. And then like, you know, the king is in a fortress and then...
Yeah, because they realize, shit, I'm rich, I don't want to die.
Exactly.
Another one that wasn't terrible.
Arbiter has united the keeps and formed a new alliance. The Swords of Sanghelios. With Arbiter's victories and the death of Jewel
Also, do you
and
still feel as though this is going to be our last mission here?
They have begun an
I mean, how are you feeling on time, I guess?
I mean, you know, time's not a big concern for me. I just would be more concerned with trying to accurately get it like halfway through.
Then, yeah, this will be perfect. Honestly, like we've been going for how long? 2 hours now.
2 hours 40 minutes.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
We need the swords
In fact,
of Sanghelios,
yeah.
and that
I think
means
if we
the
finish
Arbiter.
this, it's the perfect halfway point.
All right, dope.
Because the other missions will take longer. Maybe, I guess it's hard to know. Yeah.
I mean, I leave it up to your judgment. I'll play another one after this. I don't.
It should work out. No. If anything, we should end right now. But like, I say we finish this mission. So.
All right, cool. Yeah. I'm down.
If anything,
I remember liking this mission too. So.
It's a good mission.
Let the guns talk, Osiris.
This was the mission that anyone who got early access. I was not one of those people. But you know, some people got the game like a week early, and they were allowed to stream it. Mr. Monopoly was one of those people. This was one of the missions they were allowed to show off. Was this one, and then Blue Team, the second mission that we did.
We're almost clear. Keep moving.
Yeah, I also was not one of those people that got early access.
Pray for
I don't think they'll be doing something like that.
I don't know. They probably will do like a little week. I mean, again, they make sure they don't want to spoil everything. So it was exactly it is that they were only allowed to show like 1 or 2 missions. And I think the ruling was they weren't even allowed to show
Watch the turret.
As soon as they finished the mission, they basically have to immediately quit out because they weren't allowed to show cutscenes. So. See him doing it. I mean, it's good. It's good promotion, right? Get people a little hype right as the game's about to come out. I don't think they need to do any hype up for Halo Infinite, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think everybody and their mother is excited for the game.
Oh, dude, it's good to see all the hype back. I hope, you know, from what we've seen so far, and just like people I've talked to at 343, I think we're gonna get a good Halo. I think people are gonna like Infinite, man. I can only hope.
Bodies
so, I guess.
Swords of Sanghelios.
Nah, I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's the revival, 100%.
Doesn't have battle royale though.
Nah.
Dr. Disrespect has.
Dr. Disrespect doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Look, yeah, I don't know why anyone gives a shit what that man says.
Dr. Disrespect claims to not know why he got banned on Twitch, and I'm supposed to believe him about Halo needing a battle royale?
Yeah, we're talking about the man who has publicly filmed people in bathrooms, and it blames his producer that it's his fault for it. And, you know, also has some infidelity issues with his wife and stuff like that. And we're gonna take this man at his word and be like, yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, he's not a great role model. I'm gonna be 100% real.
It's just like with the territory of, like, you know, what we were talking about before, like, you know, there's something about Halo. It's like everybody, no matter how much experience they actually have with Halo as a franchise, they just remember, like, Halo being their thing and, like, how big of a Halo fan they are, and, like, you know.
The only person that I give any real merit to would be someone like Ninja or Courage. Courage is a good example. I remember when Courage was a Halo streamer.
Oh, I don't remember that.
He was a Halo streamer back when I started streaming. So, yeah, I mean, he started as Halo, so I actually have a little respect for what his opinion is on it. I still think he's so far removed, though, at this point, too, that he's blinded by all these other things. And I think that's a problem a lot. But it's crazy to see. I love seeing all my friends who are like Nintendo streamers and content creators, and they're just, you see them like pick up Halo Infinite. I see them online on Steam or whatever playing Halo Infinite. I love it. I'm like, these are all people from all different walks of life who have created content in all different areas, but all of them seem to
rep on the right. Split up, Osiris.
It's awesome. You can't really name another game that has that kind of effect.
It's a revival. Well, I just slid into a plasma mini.
Don't worry, Tanaka will catch you.
Up and at him, Lars.
Hurry up!
I'm up. Thanks. More pod.
Really? That was all the ammo I had? Crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed, again, issues I never have speedrunning, but I've noticed now I run out of like my DMR and BR really quickly, you know, like all my other guns that I have to go scavenge for like car rounds. Plenty of that.
I'm at the top of the ridge. There's an
Yeah, honestly, that was
I'm so used to only using so much ammo that I never have to worry about letting pickups a lot.
yeah, some of the people that have been like watching throughout the series that I'm doing have been saying like, you know, get ready for, you know, Halo 5 need ammo simulator, and like, you know, making like jokes like that. I'm like, I really don't remember that, but like I do notice it a lot more now.
You know, I mean, again, I think what they're doing with Halo Infinite, the multiplayer, is they want you to scavenge weapons. It's why, like, everyone's like, AR and Sidekick need a buff. And we're like, no, if anything, nerf them.
I hate the Sidekick, I'm sorry.
I don't mind the Sidekick. I think it actually shoots too long. I think it's too accurate at too long of a range.
That building's taking a beating.
It needs to get rid of the balloon effect on it a little bit, but it's too accurate at too long of a range. Like, the fact that it outshoots me when I'm using a commando rifle at range sometimes is upsetting. So I just like, Halo's always been a game that really is about it.
Enemies in cover.
I feel a little bad because I'm kind of running around and picking up all the weapons.
What? I'm doing exploring. I'm running around.
Yeah.
I've already found like areas of maps that yeah, I've already found areas of maps that I've never even seen before.
Spirit inbound.
Hunters! Clear the area, Osiris.
Found a beam rifle. Yeah, beamed him.
All clear.
I am approaching your position.
Captain feel
Hold your fire.
Check your fire. Friendly incoming.
You want to see?
Your Commander Palmer thought you would find these useful.
I do like the way she thinks.
Whoa, look at you.
Move on the Elder Council chamber.
Oh, that
Time is running
doesn't
low,
look
Spartans.
normal.
We'll clear a path to the Arbiter. Just be ready for
Oh,
extraction.
it teleported me out.
Wait, your
Wait.
signal.
Wait, did
Wait,
teleport?
where are you?
Up and ready to move.
Okay, hold on.
Outside.
Revert checkpoint.
Let's go
really
win the
quick.
Arbiter's eternal trust and gratitude.
Do a quick revert. I guess it deleted. It teleported me because it read me as not in the area. It just deleted my man.
I have enemies in range.
My bad. I'll slow it down. I'll wait. I'll be patient.
Covenant reinforcements move on the Elder Council chamber.
That was weird.
Time is running low, Spartans.
We'll clear a path to the Arbiter. Just be ready for extraction.
I shall await your signal.
Move out. Mounted up and ready to move. Osiris.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go win the Arbiter's eternal trust and gratitude.
I gotta be real. Like, Mantis, cool ass vehicle. Do I think Infinite is going to make news like Halo 2? I don't know what you mean by that. I think it already has. You need to also remember that news is different. Gaming news is different nowadays than it was when Halo 2 came out, right? Gaming was not a mainstream thing. Gaming is not just part of our zeitgeist as just like standard. When before it was not at all. You could ping the race, by the way. Have Vale get inside it.
Steal the race? Good idea. Find something to shoot.
I mean, like CNN and Fox News. Like I said, I think.
Spartans, the Elder Council chambers are on the far side of that courtyard.
Maybe, I don't know. I can't tell you because again, it,
Arbiter's
like
forces within.
Copy that. Let's get the Arbiter out
the
of there.
last thing that made, I guess, CNN News was, you know, typically it's things about streamers. And Fortnite, I guess, did a little bit. But like I said, it's different, right? Like CNN and shit don't give a shit about gaming anymore. They did even before, but it now looped around where like they don't talk about it because everyone knows when gaming is. Like, they're just like, nah, it's not really talking about people get it. News is different. It's a sick area. I realize I don't think I've ever actually. Oh, look at that. I don't think I've ever actually fought my way through this area. Even on my casual playthrough, I think it's pretty good.
Never actually played this area before.
Pretty much.
are losing this fight. How much longer until you reach the chambers?
We're working on it, Maki. I'll notify you when we're ready for extraction.
Did you say that they were losing the fight?
Yeah, isn't that the whole reason why we're going in?
No, we're going in because we need to find the Arbiter because he's supposed to help us, but I guess they didn't realize they were losing. So we're basically saying, yeah, we would have, Arbiter would be dead if it wasn't for us.
You're all right, Tanaka.
Appreciate the hand.
Stand by, Maki. We'll get to the Arbiter soon.
Standing by.
We're almost there. Hurry.
If there is one sword of St. Helios left, it's the Arbiter. The Arbiter's troops are holding up inside the council chamber.
Get in there, now! Insurgent box, incoming! Push through, Osiris.
like an old man in this game.
I'm in the council chamber.
Dude, Arbiter's epic in this game. His armor's sick.
Reminds me of a certain Warzone map. Yeah, it was a DLC map.
Oh, I'm shooting our teammate.
Eyes on goal.
Oh, get him, Arbiter.
Another achievable! Wow, dude, less than 1% of players. That's more rare than Halo 2 something. It's weird and sad. I think about it. Oh, do I have to walk up to him? Hey, buddy, how you doing? No, we don't get it for a little while. Eventually, we'll get the flying backwards phantom. That was an editing mistake that no one caught. Somehow nobody caught. Was on the opening of Battlestar Ion. There's a phantom that flies backwards. And somehow no one caught it, and it's in the full release. Look at the man.
Spartan Jameson Locke.
He does look really cool.
Captain Lasky sends his greetings and thanks you for your cooperation.
Oni, out of the shadows. The spies announce themselves now, Agent Locke.
I'm a Spartan now, sir.
I know who you are. You were an agent when you volunteered to execute me.
I saved your life today.
See, bad dialogue, man. Damn it.
Yet now you hunt another
Arbiter,
Spartan.
good dialogue. Him, not
The
good.
greatest of your clan.
Let him hunt. He'll never find us. It's Cortana. She touched every networked device in the camp. She knows the Guardian is here.
Locke, that thing's our last shot.
You have the firepower to get us in there.
Sunayan is the Covenant's final stronghold on San Helios. We will move only when victory is assured.
Doctor, Osiris will deploy within the hour. Have your plan ready.
Damn. Damn. Story's terrible, Big? I don't think it was bad.
Is that it? Is that it, or do we keep going?
That is it. I mean, this
All
is
right,
kind
cool.
of that perfect median. We get a little like filler mission here. I mean, we can kind of do that, but yeah. I mean, that's it. That is where we could stop for the day.
All right, that's part 1. Almost 3 hours on the dot.
Nailed it. That's perfect.
Nailed it. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for part 1 here. If you're watching live, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and make sure that you're back here same time tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the continuation and finale of Halo 5, and then hopefully probably the following day, Sunday. Happy Halloween for people live. I'll be announcing when the final 2 episodes of the series will be, which will be the Halo Wars 2 episodes. But until then, we are done here for now. So go ahead, you make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and in the description you'll find a link to ProAceJoker's Twitch channel, and you can go over there right now if you're watching live for some more good content. But that's going to be it for me. Thanks for joining me on episode 1, Joker, and we will catch you all tomorrow, or if you're watching this as a video, whenever you click the next video. But until then, everybody have a good one. Peace.
See ya.